Well, that ain't bad for your first go.
Nah, bro.
Oh, yo. I wish I could say I wish I could say that's the worst thing I've seen. I've seen worse. Like really hold Deuteronomy chapter 17 and Ezekiel chapter 13. All right, Shalom. The GMS Virginia camp back out here once again. Do what we've been called to do, and that's prophesy. Before we get started, like always, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Ba'Kadash. The bonus our teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. We're entering into the worst times the planet Earth has ever seen. America is over with. The age of Edom is over with. These Edomites see that it's over with. They're losing their goddamn mind. All on YouTube, all on social media, they're complaining and crying about their government leaders and government officials because their great Declaration of Independence and constitutional rights are being violated. So they're starting to begin to feel how niggas have felt their whole time here in America. What I mean by that, niggas have never been heard or listened to. But now you're seeing that your elites ain't listening to you. They're doing what they want to do when they want to do it. But why is that? Well, at the end, man, as you can see, gas is going up more and more to astronomical heights that has never been since America's conception. I think it's reached $10 over there in certain parts of California.
Damn.
So we're heading towards some dark times, man. And this is what the Lord prophesied through his prophets since the beginning. And this is what we've been waiting for, the beginning of sorrow. Shouldn't be surprised. You should be happy. You should be anxious. You should be preparing your mind, body, spirit, to endure what the Lord is about to have take place on this earth, because it's happening. You're seeing people die left and right. All these celebrities dying in their apartments. This football player, Marion Barber, he just died and was found dead. There's a lot of judgment, man. A lot of judgment has been going on. More of it's going to be getting thrown out there. You got, like the brother was speaking about in our live lesson, you got pregnant women being shot down in the streets. This is a time like never was before, and it's only going to get worse and worse. The brothers in Dallas, near their camp spot, nigga jumped off the goddamn building. They had the whole street blocked off. So it's a time of oppression, a time of depression. So let's get that Deuteronomy. I think I went verse 15 or 17. This was setting up the king. Chapter 17.
Chapter 17, verse.
It speaks about setting the king up over your brethren.
Okay.
I think is it verse 15?
I got it right here. You got it, brother?
I got it. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king. Actually, I started verse 14. When thou art coming to the land which Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai thy power giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me.
Yeah, the nations always had their own leaders. The Moabites didn't come to the Israelites saying, be king over us. The Edomites didn't come to us and say, be king over us. Why is it our people go to the other nations for their leaders? And then they cry when they don't help them out. This nigga don't understand your struggle. He don't understand your culture. He don't understand the experience that your nation has gone through in America. It's impossible for another nation to understand something they didn't go through. They can say they sympathize with you. They can say that they feel sorry about what happened to you, but it's impossible for them to understand it because you haven't gone through it. Just like if you have you're working on a job and you're learning hands-on, and somebody can tell you how to do it, but you don't truly understand the ins and outs, the fails, you know, the succeeds when you actually accomplish the project unless you're doing it yourself, unless you go through it yourself. Then you be like, oh, I understand what he was saying when this happened. And you know what I'm saying? I can explain it to you to a T.
Right.
The best I can.
Right.
But to truly understand it, you got to go through it. You got to go through the ups and downs, the trials and errors. You nations haven't went through this experience that we went through in America, man. Yeah.
There's a lot of variables too. You know, although we've been oppressed like no other nation's been oppressed. So that damages. You know, our women, our children, the food we eat.
From generation to generation.
All of these are factors.
God, but just to back you up, man, like I said, these other nations, they have the audacity to somewhat even try to compare the slavery, the harsh labor that we went to, man. You know, like I said, they use excuses about, we were slaves. Like, for example, like I said, the Philippines, you know, they didn't want to use white people were slaves too. But, you know, of course, you know what I mean, we debunked that because they were indentured servants, you know? You know what I mean? They never went through the hardcore slavery that Jake said, you know, because they still got paid. All they had to do was just pay off their debts, and that was it. You know, and of course, you know, like I said, you got the biggest one, everybody that always want to say, the Holocaust. You know? How you say, that was one of the humane things that happened in history. You know? I'm just giving an example. You know? They want to justify that. You got it.
You can't understand what we went through as a nation unless you went through it. You know, your people had to be on slave ships and understand the generational effects that has taken place upon our people, man. You know, a lot of trauma. You know, our people are sick. The scriptures tell you our people are sick. The whole head, you know what I'm saying, is sick. It's full of bruises. It's oozing out. You know, you got men that haven't been raised with their fathers. You got men that might have had their fathers in the household, but that nigga was a straight demon. He didn't know his purpose. And the scriptures tell you women should bring forth monsters. That's twofold. It's actually really talking about the formed children. But we know that these niggas are actually liking as monsters and beasts out here in these streets. These single parent households. We were speaking about that in the lesson too. That's not what life is supposed to be, a single. What the fuck is a single parent household? What structure and order is that? The woman is depressed because she doesn't have her purpose. She's not fulfilling her purpose, which is to serve a man, to cater to that man's needs and wants, and fulfill, you know, help him fulfill out his lineage and his legacy, you know, and build that family for generations to come. We don't have that. We have broken families. Hey, the brother said variables. We have broken variables, man. The equations have been broken. You know what I'm saying? You have gotten the wrong answers out of everything that you have done because you've been doing it wrong. You've been doing the equations wrong. You know, you're not supposed to have one single parent household. You're not supposed to teach your daughters that they can choose who they want to date. For one, it ain't no such thing as dating around. That's bullshit. Where is that in the laws of Yahweh Shem that your daughter goes out dating around? Even your son wasn't, you didn't tell your son just go out and just date around. You even chose more wives for your son. You know, and then once he had started his own life, then he can go out. After he had his family, then he started picking his own wives. But unless you was a king or a prince, and you was an average dude, and your father might have had some land, your father would choose your wife. He would go to a man that he knows, a reputable, you know, reputation, and he would talk to that man like, I like your daughter. You know, would you want to wed her to my son? You know, so what this whole concept of dating around and that shit is madness, man. Because what comes out of that? Experiences, trauma, baggage, you know?
Yeah.
And you're not judging based off the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah. You're judging off, he smelled good. Oh, I like the way he dressed. Oh, she got a fat ass. Oh, I like the way she looked. Oh, that pussy probably wet as hell. Judging off the flesh, and that ain't gonna lead you that ain't gonna lead you down the right way. That's gonna lead you down a path of confusion. Now you got temporary pleasure out of it from lust. And now where's the structure at? And that's what you see throughout this world, man. Families that's broken based off of the decisions that they've chose. You know? Now if you was instituting the ways of Yahweh Shem Shah, how families should be built up and established, you wouldn't have these problems. All right, go ahead, brother.
Come. Verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh Shem Yahushai thy power shall choose.
Yeah, well, the Lord said when we enter into the land, that was talking about the land of Canaan, the promised land. But we're about to go back to that land. So we're supposed to be choosing as a nation, coming together as a nation, and choosing a king to rule over us. Well, the elect has done that. The hopeful elect has decided that Yahweh Shai is going to be our king. And then they, you know, we're not in agreement with no elections, right? We're not, and that shit that y'all had at the World Economic Forum, who the fuck voted for that? You got random Joe Blows, the majority of them was bankers, and they're deciding on your future and your kids' future. Who are these people? They don't know shit about you. They don't know shit about your culture. They don't know shit about your heritage. They don't know shit about your experience. But they're telling you what you're gonna do 30 years down the line. They're gonna tell you they need to carbon date track you with. You know what I'm saying? Get control of your expenses.
Yeah.
And then even that's based off less, because they say, oh, we have the oil crisis, which that's bullshit. Because like we speaking about, oil isn't something that just is in a minimal amount. It's abundant throughout the earth. You know, the earth is just naturally produces oil. And here it is in America. America has their own oil, but they don't want to deal with it.
Right.
That shows you right there. It's manipulated. It's orchestrated. All of a sudden now gas is reaching astronomical heights. Why? Because of Because of fake. Or you say it's war over there with Ukraine and Russia. It's been way worse wars than that. Actual wars with Russia that involve Russia. You know. Now you're telling us I think it's like 8 weeks now until the wheat is gone. What? How does the wheat just disappear? It comes from the earth. You know? What's another thing? The food shortage.
Chip shortages, all that stuff.
You had this farmer on Fox News saying how we need the people to help us, nigga farmer. He was saying we need the people to help us in a crisis. That they haven't been giving us the things we need. They haven't been supplying us with the resources we need to give y'all food. You know, he just told y'all what it is. They're manipulated, so you niggas don't have food, man. Why did they shut down international travel for so goddamn long? Was it really about a plague, or was it about destroying the aviation sector? Because you just had 3 weeks ago, millionaires, companies, and owners of these aviation companies, these plane companies, come out. They wrote a letter to the president saying, "Look, man, you need to get rid of these goddamn restrictions." All the other countries already got rid of it, but America still requires you to take the test, right? Which now this plays around now. You take the home. There's so many different tests now, but the point is they still require you to take the test, or you can't depart from where you're from. But these companies and these billionaires like, yo, you're hurting our businesses. You're hurting the aviation business. Like the flights are down. Nobody's traveling. What's going on? What was they talking about the World Economic Forum? A better way for travel, international travel. So they want to break down all these institutions that they set up to rebuild it anew. All this shit is manipulated at your expense. They don't give a fuck about you at all. They don't give a damn how much you gotta pay for your food, how much you gotta pay for your gas. They don't give a damn about your mental state. Because meanwhile, they're wealthy. They got pedophilia rings going on. They got slaves you don't know about. They live in their life. They got private jets. They don't ride planes. They don't got to worry about it. They got private jets that lands in private landing strips on their islands and shit. They don't have to go through customs and border checks. So they're not concerned about you people. And a lot of the Edomites are realizing that now. These guys like Lynn Beck and all these guys is coming out. They're like, yo, man, these motherfuckers are demons. Well, we've been saying that your nation is the devil. You're just seeing it because they show you that they don't fuck with you. They been wasn't fucking with us. You know? We've been saying this. But you're just now, feeling the brunts of it. And it ain't even started yet, man. This is the beginning of sorrows. You wait and see how far they really were willing to take it. They ready to kill motherfuckers. Hey, the Georgia gas storm, knocking up millions of people. Hey, they got to get you motherfuckers out the way. And they ready to go with it. They just had the Bilderberg meeting this week. Right after the world, you know what I'm saying? They with the shit. And you know who was there? They got their nigga, the P word that rhymes with Isaac. You know, the potion. He was there.
That
Well, he had this Bilderberg group. You know? Nigga, we might need a stronger potion for what we about to release. You know?
they claim they already got one, bro.
Of course.
You know, and when the whole shit had popped off, what was they doing? Something they never did before. Them stimuluses. Right?
Yeah.
To so-called stimulate the economy. But really, when you go into that whole word about the stimulus, it goes into being pricked, sticked, right? Because when they lock this shit down again, and you people start begging for that solution, help us, free us, because that's what they want. They tell you, the elites have told you, they say, look, we ain't gonna have to force y'all. Y'all are gonna come to us and beg us for the solution. So you got people like, how they gonna get people to take the crop? That's so obvious. They're gonna bring so much death, pain, and anguish to you that you're gonna be begging for that solution.
Yeah.
That UBI, that universal basic income, that stimulus money. Especially if gas hits, bro, $20 used to fill up your tank. $20 will barely get you over E now. If you got an empty tank right now, $20 will barely get you over E.
That's where any car. I didn't mean any.
Yeah, I'm talking about the LG.
Trust me.
You think people got money like that just be dropping off? So we're heading into a time where where the people are gonna be looking for rescue from their leaders. That's why you don't set up these people to be your leaders. And if they are set up over you, realize, look, we don't trust them either. Brother, get that right. We're gonna go back to that. What you got?
Oh, I had the definition of
Yeah,
stimulus
yeah,
because I
go
was
ahead.
looking at it. I knew you were going where you were going with it. This is stimulus in the Edom Online. It says a pointed stick, incitement, spur, prick, or pierce. You know?
Prick or pierce. There you go. So they gonna stimulate your ass all right with that corona, man. You falling right into their traps. Cause Jake is simple. Oh man, we gotta get free money. Free money. You know, Jake, what was that other shit that niggas Jake was supplanting them off of? What's the shit them niggas was getting locked up off of?
Oh, people.
Oh,
Yeah, the PPP.
yeah.
Get there, yeah. You know how Jake's simple, man.
Yeah, if I may. And I brought that up the other day. He will never do anything for your benefit, man. Anything that he shows that it seems like he's being nice or looking out for you, he's gonna get you on the back end. You know, simple as that.
Yeah, the scripture say, beware of thy enemy when he goes crouching. That nigga crouching, that nigga be crouching, man. Every time you see him on news, he crouching. We're here to help you. When has this nigga ever helped anybody, man? That's why we hate you cornbread, pork eating niggas, man. Cause you so damn simple, man. Why would he do this to us? Why he keep doing it? Why? Because he hates you, nigga. He brought you over here in slave ships. God damn.
What do you need?
You are a prisoner of war. Don't give a damn if you got a job. You able to rattle his buses. Cause you know Jake was fighting around. We rattle the white man bus. Jake had their own bus systems. Jake had their own bus systems.
Jake wanted that snow money. That's what it is. Ultimately, you know, behind the back, they wanted that snow money.
Jake had their own bus system, bro. And then they set up this nigga bitch, Rosa Parks.
Yeah.
Cause she was set up. She was a CIA operative. They set her up to get simple ass Jake. They won't let her sit on what she wanted their bus. Fuck our buses. We gonna protest against their buses. So they left their bus systems. and we hopped on e-buses.
And schools.
Yeah, you know, let's integrate into their schools. Which, I mean, I could kind of understand that because, you know, they wasn't supplying, which of course they're not going to supply you with the funding you need. But, bro, you can't look to your enemy for help. You can't. Because at the cost of integration was what? You losing your whole identity, your heritage, and your strength. Because you even go back to, you know, the 60s. You know, Jake had that power on them.
Yeah,
Rocking their froze. All women had their froze out.
Yeah. That's before they do the crack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know.
They took the bite out of Jake, man. You know?
This is Psalm 55 and 21. It said, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter. The wool was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's how he saw That's how.
That should be a violation.
Yeah. Slocky. But yeah, Esau will speak to you in a real dainty and timid and kind voice, but you know, like I said, on the back end, he's gonna stab you in the back, man. And our people, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, so-called, are so quick and used to just keep giving E another shot, keep getting E another shot. You know, that's insanity, man.
Yeah, but hey, let their brother do it wrong. His brain gotta leave.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you in the dirt, nigga.
Ride on my enemy.
Hold on, this nigga stepping on my $100 J's. That the Chinese, the gooks make for $5. They don't give. You don't see the gooks don't give a fuck about some Jordans.
Nope, they don't even win.
they wear Crocs all goddamn day. And sandals, they don't give a fuck. They ship them over here and your ass shooting niggas. That was a big thing, especially in the 90s. Jake, what was the big thing they was doing, especially in Chicago? The jackets, what's them jackets called?
Oh, the 8-ball jackets?
Not those.
The goose down?
Starter jacket?
Starter
The starter
jacket.
jacket, yeah, the starter jacket.
Yeah, starter jacket.
They was killing Jake.
Yeah, I remember.
Like that shit was a fucking epidemic. Like, what?
They did the 8-ball in New York.
Yeah, I remember that
we had
shit.
an 8-ball. At one point, our parents wasn't letting us wear our 8-ball because people was getting shot.
Over a jacket, bro. Over a fucking jacket.
Yeah.
That's illnesses. That's sickness, man.
If I may, real quick, if I may, I was just talking to the guy at Plantation yesterday. He was serving life when he came home off of life. And he told me a story how the older guy was playing basketball and him and the younger guy got into it. And when they started arguing, he invited him to his private. It's called SMB, you know what I mean? They said the old guy walked off and said, all right, cool, you got it, youngin'. Went and posted up, and as soon as rec was over, when the kid went to go take his shirt off, you stabbed him with that. But I'm bringing that out because all day long, them CEOs is calling him boy, the nigga, you know, he's saying all type of foul shit. Out here on the world, that's the same mentality Jake has. They run when they see E, but if a person of his own nation disrespects him, oh, they gotta go get the guns, gotta get the knives, the bats, whatever, and they gotta ride on them. It's sad, dude.
That's an illness, man. Which it goes back to the curses. But Jake, you took it too far. You know, and the scriptures even tell you that you surpass the deeds of the wicked. You have the nation be wicked, but it ain't a thing Esau doing that Jake ain't done. It's just E in power, so we do it on a bigger scale.
Right.
But it ain't shit out here. E, abominable food, Jake doing it. Pedophilia, Jake doing it. Bestiality, Jake doing it. Homosexuality, Jake doing it. Jake doing everything he doing is just E in power, and that's why 2/3 gotta be fucking destroyed. Murder, Jake doing it.
With all this power.
Don't even get us started on our fucking women. Fuck me, I fuck nigga free. I see the video, bitch twerking with the baby. Fuck nigga free. Bitch pregnant out there. Stop at the red light, twerk on the head like fuck nigga free.
Nah, I was about to say, you're right, Jake got to do it, but Jake got to do it. He got to go overboard because Jake got to be flashy.
Yeah.
You know, he just do his wickedness and he's E. You know,
Yeah.
Jake got to do it with step. That's why you see all these flamboyant modes of our nation.
Yeah, you be having you out with your mom, having coffee at Starbucks, always coming shit. You know what I'm saying? With that mud, like, let's say something else. We in here, you know?
Right.
They gotta be seen, they gotta be heard, man. Go ahead, bro.
Come. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
See, we're supposed to have somebody of our brethren. Can we get that word brethren in that verse real quick? We're supposed to have somebody of what verse is that?
Verse 15.
Deuteronomy 17 and 15. That word brethren. We're supposed to have somebody of our brethren set up over us, man. Not nobody, not no goddamn. We damn sure supposed to have Brandon, this nigga. But Jake was fighting to put this nigga in there. That's the crazy thing. We had to somebody, we had to talk.
And now what? It's the same thing. With Clinton, with Obama,
And then
now
gets
crazy Joe. Once they get in, now they upset. It's the same thing over and over again, repetition.
Hey, what's that shit I seen with Obama's grandfather being CIA agent?
Yeah.
But that shows you, man, this devil don't give a fuck about you. They train that nigga.
All the act.
They train that nigga since he was a pup.
Yeah.
And he does shit like that. They still understand power for generations and lineage. They'll raise their kids and kids that they deal with from pups and instill in them what they're gonna be. Even this guy Gates, right? Gates of Hell. His lineage actually goes back to it's either the Rockefellers or the Rothschilds. And because his father had dealings with him. But they said they took him aside, the Gates of Hell, and raised him to go into the field that he went into. But they said they was gonna use him for a particular agenda, and we see what that agenda is. So all these leaders that you see set up, they've been raised, bro, since pups. The only time they'll bring a guy, they may sometimes bring in an adult, you know, and bring him in, have him do the oaths. You may see a random guy. He's like, yeah, I'll abide by the rules. I ain't part of the inner sanctuary, but disobey me, kill your ass. So you see that go wrong a lot of times. With a guy in these other countries that's been set up late, he wasn't a part of the group the whole time, but he was set up late. He tries to be nah, this shit too deep demonic. This shit too dark. Y'all trying to ruin my country and my people. We seen that with Gaddafi, you know, or Saddam Hussein. Nah, this too dark. But it's known pictures of them with the CIA and them working with the American government when they were young, you know. But he got to a point, he was like, nah, I can't finish this out. What does he do? All right, nigga, we told you. Now we got to take you out. And we're going to use your own people to do it since you love him so much. That's how much power this devil got.
And then using to what? Paint him as the bad guy.
Yep. Because when you see Gaddafi last moments, he was all bloody in the back of the truck. You know, this was a king. This dude was wearing gold.
Yeah.
You know, iced out. They had this dude in the back of the truck, bloody. And it was his own people.
They castrated him and everything.
He can do it to you. Have your own. He didn't even have to do it, bro. That's spiritual power on the left hand side. This nigga didn't even have to touch the king. Look at your own people be killed. And that's what he's done to us. And that's what, hey, we brought it up in the list. Romans 13. Romans 13. Be subject to the higher powers, man. You can't come against this dude. This nigga got too much power. The Lord put him up.
Hey, just to back you up, like, you know what I mean, like I said, just on a carnal aspect, you know what I mean, always wonder, why ain't these Edomites really uprising against these governments, man? You know? It seem like they scared, you know what I mean? It seem like they submissive, just like the Moabites. You see what they're doing to them, ain't no frightening them whatsoever, man. You know, they're letting their own power through them. But like you said, ultimately, though, like I said, it's the Heavenly Father that set them up. But to show you that, like I said, these Americans, y'all have no power, whether without the Constitution or without it. It don't matter.
Yep. What's that movie with that show I just started watching? Brother had recommended that Man That Filled the Earth. I ain't gonna spoil it, but you know, brothers, check it out. Show you how the CIA, which the CIA is in Hampton. You know what I'm saying? It's actually on the Lincoln base. But they show you how the CIA, bro. When the CIA come in, don't nobody have say. Don't nobody have say. When the CIA is in everything. The CIA is in hip hop. The CIA is in the Catholic Church. The CIA is in the banking system. Because what the CIA is in the NASA. Because what is it called? The Central Intelligence Agency. So they have like little spawns they put everywhere. In every little industrial institution they set up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these mass shootings you see. You guys were indoctrinated by the CIA, bro.
That's right.
They was getting MK Ultra and shit. They kidnapped this nigga. Little Billy been missing for a couple months. Then he show back up, quiet at dinner and shit. You know, he was acting strange for the last couple months. He went missing and he came back just acting strange. Then next thing you know, he take everybody out in the street. Because they got his ass MK Ultra. You know? That's what you seeing in these shootings, bro. He releasing his CIA goddamn projects out here. And once again, he don't even have to do it. Hey, you a bad dude right now, man. You gotta get this pop.
That's why, hey, the scripture says what? He's wiser than Daniel, man. Yeah.
And that's why all people so damn ignorant, because they actually think, because E ain't been touching them like that they got some upper hands. Nigga, you niggas about to see how much power this nigga really got. This nigga about to release some shit you didn't even know existed. And you ain't gonna have no control. You see Moab over there on their balconies and shit. The drone flying by. Shut the fuck up. Get in the crib. You know what I'm saying? That's, yo, you can't do shit, bro. They got the people in the white suits.
They whooping people ass.
That's what it
Yeah,
said,
bro.
I'm talking about they got sticks. The police got sticks over them in the Moab countries.
Yeah, bamboo.
Yeah, they whooping their ass while they on their little scooters and
Yeah,
shit.
bro.
Get back in the house.
You had that clip of that one chick, she in the like quarantine camp, she just losing it.
Yeah.
And but what I took from that though is, this how you know it's such a dire situation. She was losing it. She probably lost her family, children, who knows? She was, but everybody else just walking by like it's a regular day. I said, oh, it's some hard shit going on out there. That's when it's become normalized to see somebody losing it like that. It's normally something in a regular situation. You're like, what's wrong with you? You losing it like that. But everybody just be in the campus walking around, they feel like she's losing it. Yeah, they get it out there.
Yeah, kind of. Just to back up, you know what I mean? That's how these Moabites and Hamas always been. You know, I mean, it's not really happening. They really don't try to interview or anything. You know, they just mind their own business. You know,
It's
but
kind
even that furthers that.
I'm so sorry. It's kind of like that on this side with the metropolitan areas, like New York, Philly. That's why when that girl got raped on the train and nobody did nothing. Because in them cities, they see some, you know how it is. You see some bugged out stuff, you just walk past it. But you know, areas like this, you know, a little different. You know, they're gonna stop, like, hold up. All that stuff's gonna get enhanced, man. On this side. To the point where it's gonna be like that everywhere, man.
You got some shit for you, Jackson?
Okay, well, that's what you're saying. Since what many of the leather shall wax cold in those days, and that's true, man. No,
Matter of fact, you know, that's a good scripture, bro.
That's yeah, that's why, if I may, Slovakia, you know, that's why we get on them sips, man. They do everything just for us to ass. A lot of times they don't even get the ass. They just want, in the hope that they get the ass, you know. And that day, you better not worry about what Keisha doing. You know what I mean?
If I may, can I bring this out? Because I said something. I said Omar Gaddafi got castrated. And in fact, he got sodomized.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
So I just want to correct that.
Right.
Go ahead and get that word, brother.
Oh, either one. Yeah.
Strong's 251 for the Hebrew word and it reads a brother in its widest sense or literal relationship and a metaphorical and affinity or resemblance. And that all goes into a person of your nature. It says compare also to a proper name, beginning. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, your neighbor, your brother, you know, resemblance of your nation, like of your likeness, you know? Your kin. Another word is your kin. Say your kinfolk. You know, we ain't supposed to have no wild ass nation up over us, man. But why is that? Why do we have this nigga over us? Because we decided that we wanted to follow their gods. You know, we had a power that was working on our behalf. But what happens when you get set up in power? You get comfortable, you get prideful, you feel like you're untouchable. We see that we was like that. You know what I'm saying? When the kingdom got split, Jeroboam and Rehoboam got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Chilling. Jake had their own lands, got prideful. Committed adultery against the Most High. Look what he did. You know? He had us go through horrible captivities. And now we're really about to finish off this last one in dramatic fashion, man.
Right.
You know, so you gotta, when you have that understanding of why you're going through what you're going through, you gotta gird up your loins like a man, because it ain't gonna be easy. That's the last thing it's gonna be, you know? Go ahead, bro.
Continuing on with verse 15. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother.
So Christianity has to explain that. And that's what the Lord, we say the Most High is racist. Yes, he's racist. That's a racist state. Don't set nobody above you out that ain't your brother. But I thought he created all people. Why won't he just let anybody be over us? Because he didn't give them the ways that he instituted for us to follow, right? And that's why you simple jakes, you're not supposed to be looking for these superstars that each set up. That's another thing. Each sets up these entertainers, don't give a damn what part of the entertainment field they're in. But they're actors, athletes, musicians. He sets them up to be your so-called leaders, and you look to them to lead you out of situations, and they don't know shit. You know, and that's why dude Kendrick, it was one good thing he said on the album. He said he got a song called Savior. He said, I made you think, but I'm not your savior. Cole made you feel empowered, but he's not your savior. LeBron, but he's not your savior. You know what I'm saying? He let you know, nigga, we can't help y'all niggas. You know? He said, look, I'm not your savior. I find it just as difficult to love thy neighbor. You know? Because you got Jake that look to these entertainers that help us. You know? Say something. These niggas ain't got the answers. And you can't just find the answers. Neither the Lord, the scripture say it's not a thing that runneth, that willeth. The Lord has to choose you, man. Yeah, you know how many people looking through the Bible, they sincere though. And they trying to get they listening to us and like, they gotta be wrong. It's gotta be, but they can't get it.
Man,
Go ahead.
if I may real quick, even Kendrick, he know what it is. He'll have the answer. He can't give you the answer at all because he'll get shut down. You know what I mean? He'll get shut down, and that's what happened. That one album, we was talking, he was Yasha Allah all through the album.
They
right?
shut that nigga down for
Now
what, 6-7 years.
Damn.
Yeah. He ain't speaking.
He tried to cover it up. Yeah, I was on a nigga. Them niggas told you to shut up. You don't just start making music at the height of your career for 6 years, bro. He said, nigga, shut up.
Yeah, you consider
didn't
the
even
top
promote it
rapper,
after
and
that.
you don't drop an
You
album
don't
in
drop
6
nothing.
years?
There was no promotion behind it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There was no promotion behind it. There was no.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by this? Shut that shit
And
down.
that ain't even, he ain't the first guy that happened to. You seen that happen with Lauryn Hill. You seen that happen with a lot of entertainers that just go Andre 3000.
Yeah.
These guys just leave quietly though. They not gonna tell. They're not gonna tell because they know I can't speak up. No way I can leave. I just leave quiet.
You know, Lauryn Hill's album, she knows she is like, she got it all through that album. She got to pick. She got to be chilling with the 144. You know what I mean?
Man, she got a song called To Zion because she named her son Zion. But that's a twofold song when you listen to the lyrics.
That's right.
So Jake be knowing the truth, but I mean, they can't say shit. You know? Yeah, who that nigga that was Coolio? That nigga was telling me, he was like, man, I seen what they did to my son. I know it had to be known. My son never got in trouble. So I had to shut the fuck up. You know, I ain't scared of dying, but I'm scared of what they'll do to my family. See, and that's what they have to do.
That's why, you know what I mean? That's why the Heavenly Father, and they say Yahweh, that's why, you know, they picked a certain select group of people, man, that actually stood strictly for the name of the Lord, man. Lord willing, that's going to be us, man.
That's why they got to look to us because he can't get us like that. He doesn't have us tied to any contractual agreements. He can't threaten us with death. Nigga, we already dead. You know how you read Ezekiel? We already dead. Ezekiel, Revelation, our dead bodies.
Okay.
We're spiritually alive now, but nigga, this flesh is corrupted. That's why we gotta get new bodies. What you're saying, you're threatening with taking away our flesh. We still alive though, man.
That's right.
Our spirit has been awakened. You know, you can't threaten the elect with death. You know, because we fear the person that created them.
And also, just to back up in the scriptures, we got to be changed anyways because our fleshly bodies cannot go, you know what I mean, to be the next kingdom to come. You know, it says what? Flesh and blood should not inherit the kingdom, man. So you got to be changed, man. You know, like I said, our body's too filthy, man. You know?
Dude, when you so consumed with the now and the flesh and your lust, he can get you like that. That's why the Lord speaks about storing your riches in heaven. Riches ain't just carnal things, it's spiritual things.
That's right.
Where's your thoughts set at? Because if your thoughts ain't set on the kingdom, he can buy you off. He can get you to rat out your brothers. He can get you to succumb to, can get you to lose your integrity, your morality. You'll do things you never thought you'd do. You'll be out here sucking dick. No, for that serious. You got men doing shit that they never thought they would do because when you live for the flesh and he threatens you with death, killing your kids, killing your family, taking away all your wealth, you'll do things you never thought you would. When your thoughts are in the spirit and the body and knowing that my life is in the hands of Yahweh Shah, then nah, nigga, fuck you, nigga. Shit, if I gotta go through, I'll go through. It's gonna hurt for shit, nigga. What you think I'm about to do that?
Yeah.
You got me fucked up.
If I may, Yahweh Shah said, let the dead bury the dead. You know? So,
And that's a heavy cut, and they didn't understand that.
now,
And he's like, look, this person y'all saying that's dead lives their flesh that's gone. The spirit is alive, but since y'all spiritually dead, since they spiritually dead, let the dead bury the dead. You know, because he tried to tell him about the little girl that was asleep, and they scoffed at him. He said, "Look, she's sleeping." They started like snickering. You know how Jake is. What is he talking about? She's dead. He's like, see, I can't do what you people, man. Then he just tapped it, woke her back up, called her spirit back from wherever it was. It might have been already been the spirit realm, or it might have been transition there, but he wake back up. It shows you don't fear death. You know, you damn sure don't fear evil. He didn't create you, man. Did not the Lord say he's in charge of your raiment, your food? You know what I'm saying? So if he threatened to take it all away, raise the prices of food, nigga, you ain't in control of this shit you think you in control, but really you're not. The Lord said he gonna have you in straits too, nigga. You ain't about to achieve this shit you talking about. Everybody riding around in electric cars and robots and transhumanism, all this weirdo shit, these wet dreams you got.
Man, giving birth.
You're not about to achieve this shit. And the way they just up there with their legs crossed, with these suits on, just proud of the motherfuckers. You're just like, damn, these niggas don't have no shame. But that's all right, though. We're going to see who wins.
I still got that Matthew, Ben Sherlock's Code. And then I got the one, get Matthew. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 12. And it says, let me read this. I'm going to start from verse 24 and 8. It says, all these things are the beginning of sorrow.
That's where we're at. We're in the beginning of sorrows, right? Time of distress. You know, in us, man, that's what, man, I don't give a fuck about you people because we've been going through it. Ever since I entered into this truth, I can't even count how many days. It was like, fuck. Hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I was in the world, I might have a bad day, but I know how to get over that quick. Do some nigga shit. I can get over that. You know? But when you in the truth and you get a bad day, it's like, man, you need to get the fuck out of here. Man. We need to live. But see, you people, now that you don't have, now that your vices aren't helping, you got to get bigger bags of weed. You got to roll bigger blunts.
Yeah.
This blunt, man, I need a bigger blunt.
And they got
You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't helping you escape that more like it was.
Then it goes from that to an 8-ball.
Because you remember, hey, the Lord said the spirit of Egypt shall fell in the midst thereof. So you're not getting the feeling. You're not getting the feeling from things that you used to get. You can go to a nice restaurant, right, and eat, and the food will be good, but it won't be like how it used to be. When you used to go out and do shit. It's something there is missing. You'll go see a movie. Going to the movies ain't like how the movies used to be going to the movies. I used to go to the movies and be like, that shit, you see some biddies and everything. You be in the popcorn line, talking to the biddies. 30 minutes for the movie start, you in the chilling out.
Same way with music. That feeling is not there.
And it'll be a good track. It'll be a good
song is over though.
You like, I'm going to the next. You know, everything has lost its feeling. You know, you just don't have that same. You go to an amusement park, ride on as many roller coasters you want to ride on. You got niggas in the amusement park from morning to evening trying to get that feeling.
Yeah.
Trying to get that, you know, they trying to feel something.
You know, they the only ones in the park.
You know what I'm saying? Lord, riding every ride multiple times. You know? Because the spirit here is gone, man. You know, it just ain't the same. You know? And that's why you seeing people so damn depressed. I be on my route and I see these old women that live by themselves. Yo, fucking woman, right? She on my route. I talked to her when she cool. She give me little treats here and there. Nice little older, even my chick. She could be Israelite fan, I don't know. But she told me she was sitting out on her porch, right? And she had her door closed. This is Monday morning, Tuesday morning after Memorial Day, early like 9 o'clock. But she usually keeps her door open and she'll be inside chilling, just door wide open. That's how you do it in my neighborhood.
Everything.
But I said, something strange. She sat on the front porch, okay, she done that before, but the door behind her closed. So I was like, hey, Miss Martha, you know, hey, happy post Memorial Day, you know, you gotta come up with shit. You know, they love me out there. Happy post Memorial Day, Miss Mom. And she just looked at me and shook her head. I'm like, what's going on? She said,
gotta do that,
you're not
though.
gonna believe what happened to me Memorial Day. She said, I was in my house. Dude busted in here.
Oh wow.
It just started. And she old, like she's old. She old. And he had a mask on. Bro. But I try not to bust out laughing, you know us. I'm like, oh, but in my mind, I'm like, yo, call on y'all must smell shot. That shit going on out this motherfucker. So she's traumatized. Like every day this past week, she's been out sitting on the front porch with the door closed. She was telling me how the cops is going through. But this is the time, like shit is happening that has never happened before. Bro, she's been in that neighborhood for over decades. And she's been able to just be in her crib with the door wide the fuck open. She got a little great grandson in there. Now it's just a nigga bust in. Spirits ramped up. This place is not the same, man. It's not the same. So you got people trying to escape through these alternatives, and it's not even good shows. Like you watch good shows, and they don't got that same feeling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even the old shows.
Yeah, even old shows. Bro, yeah, because I be trying to get that nostalgia feeling.
Yeah.
Let me
That
watch
shit
let me watch an old clip of Different World
Mm-hmm.
with Dwayne Wade or some shit. And you like, shit ain't hitting, man.
Nope.
No, I was gonna say, you know, you started. You started off the camp saying how, in order to go through, to understand us, you have to go through what we go through, so you can understand. And that, you know, that was kind of, you know, you just said. Now that she went through that, now she won't make sure her door is closed. You know what I mean? When you go to Jake neighborhoods, you don't never see Jake door with windows wide open. Now she can understand it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
So now she has a taste of what, you know, Jake is going
Good point, bro. Good point.
Kind of just back up, you know, because just I just look, just make it quick. Because like I said, he and my dad been living comfortably for too long, man. But like I sooner or later, that piece of safety, it just can come out of nowhere, man. Then that sudden destruction, man.
right.
Now, like I said, now, quote unquote, they're getting the feeling of the effects of it, man. And like you said, it's gonna get worse, man.
Yeah.
Now these are the beginning of sorrow. Next thing you know, like I said, you're gonna see burglars just busting out of nowhere, you know, doing whatever they want, man. You know, and you have no power to say so. In the worst case
He didn't
scenario.
even take nothing.
She said, bro, and I almost bust out laughing because she older lady, but she funny. She said, get the fuck out now. She said, I just kept yelling, get the fuck out now. Get the fuck. And she said he just ran out. But I almost dropped the mail and started busting out laughing, but you know, I gotta keep the face.
I she said it.
But I just, man, as I was walking, I said, yo, shit is really going on out here right now. You know? But shit has just changed, man. Shit has just changed. You know? Even though, like we was just saying, watching shows and shit, you might watch it Good Times. But now you look at this nigga JJ cool. You look at it different. You like, look, this nigga acting like a goddamn buffoon. Where the daddy at? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You want to watch it for James. You know, where James Evans at? You know what I'm saying?
Sit your ass down.
You know?
They had to get rid. And look, they had to get rid of James. They had to because it was a representation.
Oh, they're doing a Martin review. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Martin's face swollen as shit now.
Yeah, bro.
His speech slowed. This nigga, you look at Martin, you like, yo, they did something to this nigga.
I was just about to say that.
Because he be talking, the way he talks now, it's like, bro, when you look at Martin on Jeff Comedy Jam, he was like alive in there, a firecracker. You look at him now, bro, I'm dead ass. It's damn near Muhammad Ali.
All his senses was keen. He was like very vibrant. But remember, they said he bugged out. He ran
Oh yeah,
in the leather.
yeah. I think he did a comedy stand
And
up.
he said the dope man hit him with the ooh-wee, but nah, he did something. Because then he was in the medicine. I mean, he went to the hospital and he says it in his stand-up. He basically said that he couldn't move. He was shitting on himself. He had to learn how to walk again. He saw this
he did something. Because he ain't been the same since.
Yeah, nope.
So they doing a Martin reunion. Don't nobody want to watch that shit. Gina look bugged the fuck out.
Gina fat as
She got hair this shit. She got hair. She ain't the Gina from House Party. She ain't the girl from House Party.
She got a ponytail in the middle of her forehead.
Pam did that shit too.
Yeah,
Pam
man.
did the bug the fuck out. What's his name? Tommy did. He in the spirit realm. This nigga party up there like, man, what the fuck you doing? You got cold. Don't nobody. But the point I said, don't nobody want to see that shit, man. Remake of Martin. Them niggas
They doing that with the
old.
Bel Air. You seen the Bel Air they trying to do? Come on.
Yeah.
When they,
all the old shit.
yeah, it's like, come on.
They coming out with a Steve Urkel, but they're making it a drama like they did Bel Air. And my dude I work with, he said that Steve Urkel, whoever played him, he pulled a burner out because somebody messing with Lloyd.
See, that's how you know this place is
Yeah, but
growing.
see, they're running out of ideas.
They got-
Originality is just shot.
They got four. A new dress?
Man, how many times these motherfuckers gonna get ate by a dinosaur? Yeah,
Yeah,
come on,
right.
man.
You know what I'm saying? And not realize you don't go to the fucking island.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why you keep going to the goddamn island?
Really?
But they got 4 Pinocchios back to Yes. From 4 different companies.
Wow.
It's like, bro, this ain't the same. It ain't the
That was
same.
weird.
They reaching for ideas and keep you captivated long enough to destroy you.
Yeah, we ready for the kingdom, man.
That's right.
We ready to live, man. You know, we ready to experience new shit. Life. Cause you know what the Lord gonna, matter of fact, brother get that spirit of Egypt. Yeah. Cause what the Lord's gonna do is, you know how, think of your best times you had, and through all of y'all, I'm shot at, I was a early 90s baby. You know what I'm saying? So I still got the midst of that feel.
Yeah.
Them niggas in the 2000s, they ain't grew up in the 2000s, they ain't feel shit.
Niggas that grew up on Pokemon and
Just technology all goddamn day.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
running in the middle of the street
Yeah.
to catch a fake ass invisible
Remember that
character.
shit?
Yeah.
Get hit by trains because the
Yeah.
Pokemon icon is on the third rail.
I know what you're saying. You
I
still
still,
went
I still had a
outside.
childhood
Yeah.
where I had a childhood where I didn't have technology. Computers didn't come until what, the 2000s or something?
That's right.
You know? They had no cell phone and all this shit. I was outside and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Rolling around in the grass.
Playing
right.
catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many ringworms I had
Yeah.
from fucking in the dirt.
Getting stung by bees and shit.
You know what I'm saying?
When they had me,
Yeah, these kids.
Bro, I
they-
got cut. They kids don't know nothing about the bro, I got cut in the sinking mud.
Oh shit.
Yeah, out there. My shit. Oh shit!
Kinda like
But
quicksand
you know your boy, your ride or die always need you though. When shit get real, I said, oh shit! Mario, I made a nigga down. Yo, help me, bro. Shit was sinking. I said, oh shit! But I had to take my shoe out my foot real quick. You know, and you know what happened when I got home? I got my ass whooped. I almost died.
And see, that's another thing. E can't understand that. You know what I mean?
You was in fucking sinking mud? Bring your ass. You know, but hey, that's times is different, bro. Kids is just fucking, man, TikTok all goddamn day. They got mental illnesses because they're basing their life on what they see on the internet. You know, nobody's, shit, I remember anxiety growing up. When I grew up, it was bad. You know, everybody put on the front in school, you had anxiety. You know, the anxiety, but now kids, they don't have them coping mechanisms we had, so their anxiety leads them to suicide.
Obesity is up.
Yeah. Severe depression. Because all they got is this fake goddamn imagery they're seeing all goddamn day, what they think life is about. And that ain't what life, like what you seeing on these social, that is not life. If you riding around, see somebody taking a picture, they gonna post on the gram, then you gonna see their social expression get back to how it was. But you looking at it, man, they have a ball. You know, look what they got, look what they're doing. That shit is not fulfilling you in the inside, man.
And he studied that too, man.
Yeah.
They studied that to a T, like you said. They study that stuff, like for example, like same thing for gambling. You know, with those microtransactions.
Yeah.
They actually study people's psychology with that for years.
And nobody's doing anything. Like, imagine it, because when these cities and shit, everything has become so city and industrialized. You know, we're supposed to be out in the open doing shit. You know, going fishing for our food, hunting for our food, building shit, wives outside, you know, tending this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you feel fulfilled when you do shit like that. Like, I need a good day's work. You cooped up all that. Dumb shit. Like, I'll be at the job like this shit is. I'm not here fucking with paper. This shit is purposeless, man.
It is. I feel it.
And you don't feel fulfilled, and that's why people, they can't wait to, I'm going to the fucking club, I'm going to the bar. I gotta feel something. Because even the jobs that you have is not, it's not fulfilling you. You're supposed to have your own little plot of land, your own little house, your family, and what you're doing, it benefits you and your family. You know what I'm saying? You got your sons with you, you teaching them the trades. You're like, son, this is what we're gonna do when you get a certain age, I'm gonna pass this down to you. Like, it's beautiful. Your wives is preparing breakfast, lunch, dinner, you know what I'm saying? For the father and the sons when they come back out. You know? life. You know, this shit here is bullshit, man. You're not even living. You just existing.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference. That's why the Lord told Esdras, let the multitude perish that was born in vain. You're just existing, man. Because if you're not fulfilling your purpose, which a man's purpose is what? Chasing after Yahweh Shemel Shah, fulfilling the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah. The scripture said that's the whole duty of man. Keep the commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shah to the best of your ability. If you're not fulfilling that, you're just existing. You're not living. You don't know what it is to live. And that's why you can't blame a lot of these women that have been traumatized by men, because yes, they have, but it's on them too.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to choose, but then you choose, and then you choose a nigga that don't know his purpose. He fucks you over. He keeps fucking everybody else up because he fucked up. You know? Go ahead, brother.
I noticed that too. There's also a hierarchy. Like I said, when it comes to men and women. Like I said, for example, like a man, he can, like I said, when he's down or basically he's in a low state, he can repair himself. You know, he gets to that certain level. But for the woman, when she dates a certain type of man, she thinks that she can go above the man that she had before. But there's a glory that actually goes down. The value really goes down. Like I said, you see, like I said, for example, when these pretty women, like for example, just to make it quick, like for example, like Anthony Carmelo, when he dated, you know, like I said, when he had with Lala or whatever. You know, like I said, he's still doing well, but with Lala, like I said, her value went down. Yeah, she bugged out.
I just seen her with a blonde wig on.
Yeah.
She Northern King. She got here. Got a blonde wig on. But through. And she got a BBL.
Yeah.
For the brother Kamal. Kamal, she got a BBL.
And she
Her
pretty.
body fake. Her body
You know what I'm
fake.
saying?
Down in Texas.
Back in the day, she was built like this.
So, yo, I'm glad you said that though, because this chick.
But it's true, yeah.
I got a ghost.
Every chick you meet, like I said, they'll downgrade. Like I said, no matter how
They
pretty you
won't
are.
go up. They won't go up. But I got
Yeah,
I got a ghost Instagram account. I don't post shit up there. I just ghost follow people. And it's this chick that I've been watching since she was like in high school. And I watched. She worked at Foot Locker. She used to do live. She'd get on live and talk. She was cool, cute little Jane. Bro, I watched her fucking like just fall, bro, in a matter of years. Like you just see her countenance change. And she was just on live not too long ago with a blonde wig on, saying like, yeah, people are getting on me now because I was there OnlyFans during the pandemic, but I didn't have no money, you know, and people called me a whole nine because the dudes that I've dealt with and shit. But she's actually was raised by a single mom. So you just see how our people really gotta be destroyed, bro. That's the only cure for this sickness. See, we're getting our healing through Yahweh Shah. Because we sick too, brother. Like, we sick. You know, we've experienced things. We got we getting started on our family members. You know, some brothers might have been touched, might have dealt with abuse. We all come from some hard shit, man. Every brother got their story. Every brother can tell you they heard about goddamn Bible. You know? But the healing comes through Yahweh Shah, man. And if you don't get that healing through Yahweh Shah, you are sick. Putrefied sores that can't be mollified with ointment. So when you can't be baffled when you see a woman wearing another texture hair on their head because, what the fuck? You can't be mad at well, you can, but you can't be appalled when you see all men in the state that they are. They're sick. Like Ezekiel said, what are these dry bones? What the fuck are these? What am I looking at? Even the Most High said, Israel, you have become a degenerate plant, a strange plant. The Lord said he planted a good and fairly olive tree that became rotten. He's like, what the fuck is this? Because you gotta, when you look at our people, think the total opposite of what we used to be. We have fallen so far from what we were, the customs, the traditions, manners. Or the way we used to conduct it with ourselves, with a high, remember with nobility, a high level of respect, you know? And even if we get on these groups, but they have more respect and integrity than our people. Because they'll be in their lands, and you could be 1 year older than them. They look at you as an elder. They have something where they call it honorifics. Like, if you don't use honorifics, they'll be like, why you dropping honorifics? They could just be 1 year, because they look at, you know, they take that and they hold it in high esteem, like, oh, people that's older. I'm not gonna disrespect you. You know, they hold it all for the old people. You know, they use manners, even their women. You see their women a lot of times, they may wear pants, but they're dressed with, they're covered up. You know, they have a little kind of shameness to them. You know, they're not just out boastful. they shy, you know. You take a woman out, she eating and you see shit. That is not normal. It's become normalized because you ain't been taught the manners that you're supposed to be taught. You know? You have a chick, she using the restroom with the door open, farting around you, burping around you. Bro, this is common shit that we used to know not to do. It just integrity, morals, you know? Respect. You go to somebody's house, you tidy up after yourself, or you know what I'm saying? You want to do this for you, bro? I'm a guest in your home. Let me do this for you. You know? Shit that we haven't been taught, man. Yeah, that's what we talking about. Everybody got a gun.
Yeah, but they
That nigga ain't
gotta
gonna
show
do that
it.
shit.
Like,
Oh yeah, we got plenty of good. So,
This is Matthew
and
chapter,
then we get spirit. Go ahead.
this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 8. It says, all these things are the beginning of sorrows. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many
Yeah, all these people that say love everybody, they gonna hate each other guts. You know? The love of many gonna wax cold. These people don't give a fuck about each other.
They don't.
These people care about what they want. These people care about their lust. You know, what they want. And if you get in the way of that, they'll come at you. You know? You see that with the women you deal with. She's cool with you up until you tell her no.
Or how you say she find a better opportunity.
Exactly. As soon as you tell her no, I don't want you to do that. But if she wants to do it, you tell her, nigga, you ain't my daddy. Damn, I thought I was your man though. You ain't my daddy. You like, well, damn, and that becomes an argument with, nigga, leave there. I can do what I want. I go get another dude. Because why? They don't value men like they used to. She looks at you as something that's expendable. I can get another one on the market.
yeah, a woman wants a cent.
But see, in all law, guess what? You can't do that. You better go where? Go who? Go to who? You better go back to your husband before we stone your ass.
Yep.
My husband beating on me. You better get your ass in that house and try to appease him. Why he beating on me? You better get your ass back in that house and try to appease him. You just got an abusive husband. That ain't no reason to just leave. You know? Now you ain't supposed to just be beating on your woman, but there's a way that a woman is supposed to deal with her husband. You can't just walk out and leave your husband. You know? He has to do something against the law that can bring upon a bill of divorcement, you know? Something wicked, you know, that requires for him to, oh, nigga, you gotta get out of here, you know? But majority of the time, you just have to stay with that man. You can't just leave that man. That shit, the scriptures say, which the young sister that was going into it on her social media, she broke it down beautifully. Man and woman becomes one flesh. And it's actually scientifically proven. How when a woman lays with a man, her cells, the DNA of that man changes her cells permanently. So when the Lord said when a man cleaves to a woman, they become one flesh, they literally become one. So now we live in a society where a woman has become, her cells, bro, simple. That's crazy.
They're X-Men
They an experiment, bro.
You know?
She got this dude DNA in it, this dude DNA, this dude DNA. You know? But see, in our law, we understood, no, you are that man's property. You are literally that man. You are his stock now. You are his rib. You know? You can't just leave that man because you want to. That's madness. You gotta go in there and deal with it and serve your man. And you better not go in there fighting with him, because he might smack you again. Scriptures tell us what? Meddle not in another man's affairs. Scriptures also tell you who knoweth the way between a man and his maiden. Once a woman gives herself to that man, that's it. Once you don't open your legs to that, that's it. But that's in the righteous laws. You know, if that was instituted here, these women wouldn't think of men as being expendable.
Right.
Because she would know, damn, I can't just leave this dude. I gotta serve this man. She would go into the marriage with fear. I gotta make sure I make him happy and keep him happy. I don't want him to ever be disappointed with me. I want to have a good marriage, a happy home, because I have to be with him for the rest of my life. So I need to serve this man and make him happy.
That's how you know that these vows when you get married nowadays is all bullshit.
So bullshit.
The sickness and health, death do us part, man. All that.
As long as you do what I want you.
Yeah, by the state.
You know.
Yep. That's bullshit. That's fucking shit. You know? It has to fucking go. The scripture said when a man you find it for wife, you find it for possession. That's his. You cannot take that man's woman. Fucking court system. You can't just take no man's woman like that. Oh, he cheated. What law is in the scriptures that said that man having another woman is cheating? Now, if he deals with another man's woman, now you have the accusation of adultery against that man. Now he got to get put to death. And if he gets put to death for adultery, and if he had a woman, now that woman is able to marry again if she wants, because that man is died, is in the ground. Which women couldn't even remarry unless the man was dead. So let's say you did get a bill of divorcement against your man. You can't even remarry because he's not alive. Why? Because you became his. So even then, women would stay with them and just like, it's better than no dick for the rest of my life. You know, I don't want to live alone, miserable. See, but here,
women will learn to love their husbands.
You will learn to love your husband because you had no fucking choice.
And you know, I believe you just brought it out earlier. You know, certain marriages were set up. You know, certain marriages were set up. You know, at a young, you're gonna be with this person. You know, plenty of times when women did not like, fall in love with their man right then and there, but she learned to love him. You know, even like in Troy, the movie Troy with Brad Pitt took the girl. He took it. She was trying to stab him. Before the movie was over, she was in love with him.
No, he didn't. He didn't even take it, brother. She gave it to him because what happened was.
Remember he fought her?
No. He rescued her from the men because the dude, the leader of not the Trojans, the other army.
What's his name?
The leader, he took her and he gave her to the other men.
Yeah.
And Achilles came up and started whooping her ass and took her. And then he took her back to the tent. And then he tried to wipe her, clean her off. And said, get the fuck off.
Oh.
And then he threw the shit at her. He was like, fuck you there, bitch.
Yeah.
You know? And then they got to tussling. And then she looked at him with them eyes. And then she
you're right.
Yeah.
But the point is, she ended up loving him.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
I got a scripture right here.
And I always bring out this point about Game of Thrones because I love that scene because it's based, the Queen of Dragons, Daenerys, her whole mission was based off of finishing the legacy of her husband that raped her. She was a princess, and her brother, to get in an alliance with Darathi, he gave his sister away to him. And she was terrified. And this dude was a straight man. He hopped off that horse. Boom, boom. He ain't say shit, bro. He went in that tent, took that shit off. He took her shirt off. They showed the whole shit. And when he finished, he threw her down and went to sleep. But as time went on, bro, she became, like the brother said, she started loving it. And then she started teaching them how to make love. And then her whole mission becomes, I'm gonna make the Darathi in charge of the earth for the legacy of my husband. So that shows you women grew, like the brother said. Beautiful point. Women will grow to love their men. Oh, the women that we get in these other nations, right? That we take. Scripture said the saints shall take the kingdom, right? When we go throughout Russia, when we go throughout Europe, we go through all these other countries, right? China, Japan, wherever, India. We're gonna take the spoils, right? And they're gonna grow to love their masters. They ain't gonna have no fucking choice. You better grow to know what we like, what we love. And you better appease us, or we're gonna make your life a living hell. No, our wives is gonna make your life a living hell. You better appease your masters, or our Israelite wives are gonna make your life a living hell. You know what I'm saying? You know?
What you say to my Lord?
You know?
Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 1. It says, when a man have taken a wife and marry her, and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes, because he have found some uncleanness in her, then let him write a bill of divorce and give it to her hand and send her out of his house.
Yeah, you know, she won't like, this ain't working out. It's hell. Go ahead, bro.
Then, when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be to another man's wife. And if the latter husband hate her, write her bill of divorce of a bill of divorcement and give it to her in her hand and send her out of his house.
That's the spirit.
Or if the latter husband died, which took her to be his wife, her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
See?
After that, she is defiled,
There you go.
for that is an abomination before the Lord.
Yeah. So women would just stay within them. That's too much of a hassle.
Oh yeah, that.
That's too much of a hassle. But here, men are expendable. You know, I could leave you at any. For one, like I was saying earlier, you have a dating period. You don't even get married. Here it is, you start dating in what, middle school?
Yeah, kind of.
So I done seen a girl pregnant. She was like 12 years old, bro.
That's a polite way of saying you're being old. You're dating. Because
That's. But look how far we have fallen from that, bro.
Yeah.
Your first is like in middle school, and you just continue to date. What? By the time you all are so-called adult in this society, 30, whatever the fuck, you don't look at men as anything. You look at it as just sex, dick. You don't look at it as no structure, no family. You don't go into that looking at it as a legacy to build together. You just listen dick if he act right. That's wild.
You know what I noticed too? Like I said, the only women that they see some opportunity if you're a so-called high value man that got a lot of money. You know, then what they'll use is that, oh, I see he got a lot of money. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna use him for whenever I can.
And that's wrong too.
You know, that's when the cat was sandwich. That's why, you know, I mean, like I said, all these women who like I said, who've been ran through, has all the kids, been 40 years old, they want somebody with what, 6 figures, you know?
See, even that's private. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is, you can have a woman making $20,000 a year, but won't settle, you know, to have a man making 80.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
You know?
back in ancient times, let's say your father gave you to a man that didn't have much. You help that man build. You help that man build what he's trying to build, so he can get y'all to a more comfortable life.
You don't have to understand it. They don't have to understand it.
You be his ride or die.
Exactly.
You know, let's use a corner example. LeBron James and his woman. Regardless of what LeBron James is doing in his private life, whatever wickedness he got going on, he may be a swinger, we don't know. That woman decided she was going to stay with him from high school all the way to now to reap the benefits, right? So let's say you got a man that ain't really got shit. Well, man's supposed to have drive. He's supposed to be working towards something. So if he's as long as he's working towards something, you're supposed to be right there, being a pillow of rest for him until he achieves what he's trying to achieve. Right? You don't say, he ain't got shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's why fathers needed to be around anywhere I got that way, because a father would choose a man that had at least something going for himself. You know, I know he don't have too much land, he don't have too much cattle, but he's building upon that. And he gave me a good blueprint, good plan. He told me what he'll have in the next couple of years. So my wife, my daughter, she's gonna be taken care of. So I ain't gonna have to worry about it. Yeah, you marrying this man.
And like we said last week, your yay was your yay.
And your name, you don't renege.
So yeah, that man, that was his plan. That was his plan.
Yeah,
You don't know switching it up, you know.
Yeah, that's a contractual agreement.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta pay that dowry, man. You know.
I was about to say, if I may, this place was whacked so bad in the ancient days. A man didn't want a woman that was untouched.
That's another good point.
Right? Nowadays, fast forward to 2022, you got niggas rapping about how they want to stick their rod in another man's woman.
Wow.
You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah.
You want to put your you know, I always been like that. Even before the truth, I didn't want to mess with other dudes for their purpose. No, that's not clean. It's not sanitary. You don't know what that man is doing, and you want to stick your rod behind him.
Not even that. That's what I'm saying, man.
And look, they be riding. Oh, watch him take his bitch. What's wrong with you?
It's normalized, yo.
I got a precept if I can bring this out, bro.
Even going back to the point with the fathers, even going back to the point with the fathers. Now you have, and I seen this firsthand with my sister. You have a guy just in your crib, in the crib. She just brought him home. The father ain't talked to this guy. Don't know where he came from. Don't know nothing about his family. This nigga could be a weed smoking, pothead, drug dealer. Ain't got no job. And he sit on your couch though. I've seen this firsthand. He sit on your couch with your daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She done brought him home. Then she gets pregnant by him. This is first-hand experience I'm talking about. This is what happened to my sister multiple of them. Then she gets pregnant by him. And then after the fact, you find out he's a no-good deadbeat nigga. He ain't got shit. can't take care of the kids when you got fucked.
Well, he had a rep.
Right.
He had swagger.
Yeah.
He had a nice pair of Jordans on and a nice car.
Yeah, he had 3 pairs of jeans, you know, that he ran through. He showed you the expensive ones, you know. Nigga ain't had shit going for him. But that's what goes, that's a cycle.
That's the society.
Now you crying, I got deadbeat baby daddy. I gotta go out here and do this to get food on the table. Now she gotta compromise her integrity just to feed her kids. Right? Because a lot of times these women, what type of jobs they gonna get?
That's when that stepdad comes in. I gotta find me a stepdad.
Yeah, it's pride move,
Right.
so you gonna see a lot of weird shit.
I gotta find me. Where's that nerd that I made in high school that I rejected? Hopefully, you know, he'll take me in.
Exactly.
So let me get a Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
That's what he's gonna look to.
Oh, now she got Russell Wilson, but she got a video of now she out twerking in public.
Yeah, I saw.
But she got Russell Wilson. She got she got the good, quote unquote good guy now. But now she's still out here busting her ass. She's out for the world to see.
Talk shit about Future now. You still doing that?
You need to be right with Future.
Future
You
was
need
right,
to be
though.
one of Future many women.
Oh, Future's gone.
No, I'm talking
That
about,
dude.
no, I'm talking about the court that he said, you know, they should from the streets.
Yeah. Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 19, and verse 3. The Pharisees also came unto him, tempting him, and saying unto him, it is lawful for a man to put away his wife for every cause. And he answered and said unto them, have ye not read that he which made them at the beginning made them male and female?
Yeah, you can't change that. Male and female. Female has male in it, which means you're the second after. All right, you're the counterpart.
Yeah.
You are what came after. You are the female, right? Man, one man, right? Lord said He made one man for man.
That's right.
You hear, brother? He made the woman for the man, not the man for the woman.
That's right.
Because He said you had Adam in the garden, and He said it's not good for man to be alone. Because you ruling over everything, but you just man,
Right.
it's it's just men out here. We just yo, what's up?
Yeah, right, wandering
You know what I'm
around.
saying? We just build it. We just like fuck. Then we go back to our own shit and we just chill.
That'd have been a quick kingdom.
Yeah, because we all go back to our own shit, but we just, you know, some Lord said, it ain't good for man to be alone. I'm making a woman. So now we go back and we build family. We be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
Come. And he said, for this cause shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they shall.
And so it is a such thing as love, brothers. We're gonna get that in the kingdom, brother. Real love. It does. Love involves emotions, but it isn't based off of just emotions. That's what it's taught that love isn't just emotions. That's a part of it. But you have to have that foundation, which is rooted in the structure and the ways of Yahweh Shemashah.
Right.
So you're gonna see a love from these women that you didn't even know existed in the kingdom. They're gonna be you what's the word? Claiming? Bro, your woman is gonna be enamored with you all over, like, Lord, you know, everything to please you. You know, we're gonna get that in the kingdom because a man's supposed to cleave to his woman, right?
That's how we cleave onto the woman.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, beautiful point, because we're the Lord's woman. Yeah, that's a beautiful. And we supposed to be clean. We really supposed to be like, where you going, Lord? Where you going?
Yeah,
That's
right.
how we supposed to be. Where you at? What's good? You know, you gotta be clingy with the Most High. That proves that you're hot, not lukewarm. That's a beautiful point, you know, because you don't want your woman to be lukewarm. You know, you want your woman to be hot for you. Baby. Oh, my baby, no. Then you come in the crib, my baby, and you to the point like, hey, come on, man. But you don't want it to change though. Look what's on. You are. Yeah. Because hey, dudes would call it clingy, but we done felt the opposite of that. I'll take clingy and enamored over me any day than what the fuck we got now. Because you know she loyal for you. I was watching some shit and she said, look, the dude, her dude could go to the future, but you know he could die in the future if he ran into himself. But she was like, I can't go to the future, but I'm gonna try my best, because if you live, I'm living. But if you die, I'm dying. It's true. She was enamored with this dude. Like, I'm not doing anything without you. That's how your woman's supposed to be.
Supposed to be meeting you at the door.
Yep. Judith. What did Judith do? Judith was one of the baddest women that ever existed throughout our nation. Her husband died. She never married again. Enamored with a man. Right? Loved him. And she had men begging at her. Judith, come on, we married. Judith, come on, pick one of us. Nah, I'm
Especially after she did what she did.
Yep.
She man stop wars.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
She ain't married again. That's the type of woman you want.
Especially after she cut his head off.
Yep.
It was like,
Because a woman like that, you can leave for some years.
yeah.
But she's still gonna be hot for you. My man come home, I'm gonna lay it on him.
That's right.
You know?
That's
It's not, man. This about to be this dude. You know?
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
First argument, they talking about leaving at 6 o'clock.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Like she ain't your possession or so.
Con.
Really, you you ain't going no goddamn way. You get in this goddamn kitchen, cook dinner.
Stop.
Or you get beat. Go ahead.
Con. And they twain shall be one flesh.
And one flesh, the one flesh. They twain should be one flesh. You know, because physically and spiritually you become one flesh. Your DNA intertwines through the act of marriage, which is sex, right? The sealing of the contract, right? The cutting of her womb, right? You seal it. And that's why a virgin, she bleeds. Because of what does the contract requires? Blood. Did not our contract with the Most High require blood? So you see a piercing. You know, okay, she's bleeding, she's a virgin, so she's pure. She was pure when I got her. You know, now she's mine. And she's supposed to be enamored with you from that day forth.
And you actually respect that possession.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Especially in these times, you know what I'm saying? If we can find that, which is rare.
Yeah, good point, but you don't mistreat that. You're not supposed to just throw that possession around the house. You don't get her and then just willy-nilly beating her ass. No, man, you supposed to love her. That's, you wanted her. So treat her, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, treat her how you want to be. Treat her how she need to be treated. She's your woman. Right? As long as she's obeying your commands, it's just like the Lord. The Lord ain't gonna don't beat our ass when we do what he tells us to do. It was when we disobeyed him, he started whooping our ass. He wrote a whole love story to us in the book of Ezekiel, how he decked us out. My woman was bad. I gave her everything. She played the harlot.
Yeah.
You know, so you treat your woman, our women gonna be spoiled, man. Scripture say our women wouldn't even touch the ground with the bare of their feet. That's how we was in. You know? You couldn't even hear a woman coming when she was walking. She was so soft and delicate. You know?
Now we got real ass bitch, give us nigga.
Fuck nigga free.
That girl that the real ass with a job,
You know?
blowing smoke, loud and ratchet.
That's why the scripture said they're not women. They're not women. They're like it to ostriches.
Yeah, actually.
You know? Wild beasts. And when you look at an ostrich has a small head and a big ass. That's a majority of our women. Done. Go ahead, brother. That was a hit. That was it.
Wherefore, they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore the Most High has joined together, let no man put asunder.
That cuts Eve the fuck off. What the Most High has brought together, you don't cut asunder. Your court system has allowed too many divorcements that are not justified through the law of Yahweh Shemel Rashad. He cheated on me. He hit me. I don't want to be with him no more.
Child.
Oh, and that, on top, yeah, the brother just made another good point. Not only divorcements, but you take this man's assets. That's wild, man. That is fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, who just
This is literally hell.
Dr. Dre had to give his wife half the bread. She ain't pressing MPC, ain't pressing a piano key.
Ain't suck no dick.
Yeah.
She never scratched a regular day in her life.
You get from fucking with Esau.
No, but she didn't do what he had to go through to get to that point.
All you did was free faith, though.
She got 500 M's or something like that.
She didn't have to go through no rituals.
It's like about 500.
It's crazy.
$1,000,000, yo.
That's woman, though, man. I said they gotta eat.
That's crazy. I bet you Bill Gates ain't give his
that, Jeff Bezos? Jeff Bezos had to break news with his ex-wife, though, right?
I'm not sure if
Crazy.
it's Jeff Bezos or
Ain't
the
nothing
other hell
to do with
Gates.
Amazon?
Gates of Hell. Gates of Hell.
Oh, so
I like to say his name, the algorithm. But yeah, hey, but you're not supposed to be in another man's business like that. Here it is, you got a whole other nation. You in a courtroom, you got people that don't even know y'all. Don't know nothing about y'all relationship. Don't know shit about anything. And they judging on y'all relationship. That's madness. That's out of order. That's why the Lord said, don't meddle in another man's affairs.
Exactly.
Just like
All the
last
time.
thing with
Matter of fact, brother, get that. Who knows the way between a man and his mate? Because you don't know what the fuck going on.
just like with the Johnny Depp and that he did my devil situation. They had to go to court for that situation. For what? A long ass court situation. All that for nothing. You want to find out he was innocent. So it took that long to find out that Johnny Depp was innocent.
Ridiculous,
That
man.
system is fucked up.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And all that was just a placeholder like a placeholder to keep you entertained with. But still, it showed the whole crap of this place.
And it takes away the fear that women are supposed to have for their men. She knows I can't leave her and stuff. She knows that I can't just walk off her, so I fear, doing this man wrong. And she just see fear. They have taken away the righteous fear that you're supposed to have through the order of Yahweh Shem Shah. You sup- Yeah, we're supposed to fear the Most High, fear the Lord. Your woman is supposed to fear you, righteous fear, not in the fear that she thinks you will go and clock upside the head every day, but fear of I don't want to displease him, I don't want to make him upset, I don't want to do him wrong, because she loves you, she wants to serve him, and that's how we are with the Most High. We don't want to disappoint the Most High, because we want to serve him. You know what I'm saying? We want his will to come to pass. Then you have kids with this woman, and she teaches the kids something contrary to what you want. The kids are gonna do what the father wants them to fucking do. He's the head of the household.
No, I talked to her. She said she's not with that, so we're gonna do what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
That's the confusion. That's the
Yeah,
squabble.
mother.
Yeah. And now the kid loses respect for you.
It's like, but damn, Daddy don't have full authority. Daddy don't have full authority in the house. I can go behind his back if he says no.
Crazy as hell.
This is Proverbs 30 and 18. It says, there be three things which are too wonderful for me, yet four which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent.
Yeah, when you look at an eagle be happy with a motherfucker. Eyes a bitch. We don't know him. We don't know how he feel up there. We don't know what but he knows that feeling. He like, yeah, I was created for this.
Yeah, I'm in my element.
Bro, on my road, I see him sometimes. They just be doing the swoop and just happy. You can see they happy. Yeah. Don't get in between that. Don't shoot them down. Don't try to capture them, put them in a fucking museum. Let them just fly, man.
Yeah.
They was created to be so. Go ahead, brother.
The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid.
There you go. You can't understand those things, man. Because hey, when a man gets in a relationship with a woman, there's so many, like the brother said, variables. I like that word. So many variables that come into a relationship, man. You got the beginning stage. You don't know what they went through in that beginning stage. You don't know what type of hurdles they had to jump.
I didn't know.
You don't know what type of things this man had to do to even get that woman's attention.
Right.
You don't know. You wasn't there during the beginning stage. Then once they got to the touching stage, you wasn't there.
You don't know the work you put in.
Yeah, you don't know those emotions that she felt or that he felt, the good times they had, right? So who are you to fucking make a decision on that? Unless they did something contrary to the ways of the law, right? Unless that man wants to build a divorcement, unless that woman for sure wants to part way, and if she does get a bill of divorcement, she gets nothing.
Don't change shit at that.
Yeah. That's in the law.
So you just set up life wrong. There's many accusations we can bring against you. That's why we say you're already guilty. You're guilty. In the court of Yahweh Shem Shah, you are guilty, man. You have been judged. you have been weighed in the balance, man.
If I'm not,
Go ahead, bro.
just saying, you brought out earlier how he be sitting on high with his legs crossed wearing them suits. Salaki making all those unrighteous decrees and ordinances, right? I'll just get it real quick. This is Psalms 49 and 11. Real quick, it says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call the lands after their own names. You know, in their mind, they think that they're going to rule forever. They're going to be on that high seat forever. But if you go to Obadiah, the 4th verse, the Lord tells you that He's gonna bring Esau down. You know what I mean? It's not gonna last forever. You gotta, hey, he that endured to the end. The same as we say, roughly paraphrasing. We just gotta be patient, man.
And that's why we're going to be a light unto the Gentiles, because in our kingdom, the nations are going to respect the fact that we're going to deal with them justly. Like a man is going to have trust in our government that if his wife do some wild shit, she's going to get punished righteously.
Right.
He don't have to worry about his wife doing some wild shit and getting away with it. Because the Israelites are going to make sure the laws get put forth.
Yeah, because
It ain't gonna be no respect of person.
yeah, because now a woman can do whatever they want, and you be like, want to whoop her ass or confront her, but you know all she gotta do is grab one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's on top. Daddy, he gonna come and spank that ass. So you think you the man in this relationship?
I am.
Yeah.
It ain't going to be that way. We're not going to meddle. We ain't going to meddle. Once you heathens get your land and shit, we ain't going to meddle in y'all. Look, we're going to deal with y'all justly. We're righteous people on the way to y'all about you want y'all. We're not be meddling in y'all relationships. Whatever women we allow y'all to have, y'all do with y'all family, y'all do what y'all do. But if you break the laws, you best believe we're going to break your ass. Right? We're going to judge your men and your women according to the law. Right? But the nations are going to respect that because you're like, nah, this is righteous order. I got full control of my children. Because Moab, them, you know, they be mad as hell. Their daughters come to America, become whores. They don't have no power and control. They like, what the fuck? They be mad as a bitch. But in our kingdom, they're going to have full control of their daughters. You know, no, you all rule your daughters. Right? The daughters that we give y'all. You know, we're going to be taking from y'all daughters too. But, you know, whatever we give y'all, you have control of them. And you do it justly according to the law. And the nations are going to respect that. They're going to be like, you know what, this is way better than what was before.
Right.
Because it's order.
Everything's gonna be set back in order.
Diseases are gone. Like that. Well, the diseases are gone because the food is righteous now. The water's real. The air you breathing is clean. You're going to respect that order. The nations are going to grow to love it. Like, yeah, this is pop. Not to mention how the earth is going to look.
Soil is gonna be rich.
Yeah.
The soil will be rich. You know.
Yeah. The smell on the earth, just the trees and nature's gonna give off a fragrance, right? We're gonna. Hey, the Lord is gonna give us power to do so. You know, we're gonna put certain gardens up throughout the earth. The earth is gonna give us natural smell. You know.
You can't even smell trees like that. Remember the pine tree? You can smell the pine.
Yeah, right.
Earth has a natural smell.
Kind of, I may.
Go ahead, bro.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua is great because Babylon the Great is about to be destroyed. And there are certain trees and plants that grow over here that don't grow in other parts of the world. And what this devil did was took seeds, you know, and preserved them up in Alaska or whatever. So even though Babylon the Great is about to be destroyed, Yahweh Shem Yahushua still had his people reserve those seeds. So what you're saying, you know, as far as the pine trees and you know, the stuff that you remember smelling, that's gonna come back in the kingdom.
Yeah, I got pull this up. I pull this up. This
Right.
is 10. This is 10 trees with the strong fragrance. You got the apple trees. They call them apple trees, but the name is the Malus domestica. That's one. You got the crab apple trees. 3, you got the golden chain tree. You know, you got the purple leaf sand cherry tree. You got the silk tree.
What, the silk trees?
Yeah. You got the crepe myrtle tree.
Yeah,
Those American
those
trees?
Yeah, the myrtle is here.
All American trees,
Some
right?
of them are in America.
I know the myrtle trees out here.
You got the American wisteria tree, and these are things that have been getting cut down.
Yeah.
The cherry plum trees, so the magnolia tree. So there's so many different plants. Nature grows that it's gonna grow. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful, man. and everybody's gonna enjoy it. Everybody's gonna reap the benefits of the kingdom besides Egypt. He's gonna be the only motherfucker, because the nations, we gonna give them their plot of land. You know? He the only motherfucker that's gonna just work till he get exterminated off the earth.
You're gonna be outside the kingdom.
Yep. The only Edomites that's gonna enjoy a little bit is your concubines. And that's only because you don't want to deal with no dirty ass concubine, so she gonna smell good, her skin gonna be clean and soft.
And she gonna produce this.
Yeah, she gonna produce Israelites, so she gonna be enjoying shit. So the other Edomites gonna hate her ass. They gonna be mad. Bullshit. That house nigga curse. That house nigga curse.
Like,
Open
look at
the
your
big
people.
house.
Look at your people.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
She ain't gonna give a damn about him. You know how he is. He don't give a fuck about it. She just gonna be glad she ain't out there.
Yeah, kind of. Anything.
That's right.
You can smack outside.
She'll flip quick. I don't care about them.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, kind of.
It happened to us. It's gotta happen to them.
Praise the
Yeah,
Lord.
yeah. You want to get back to the story?
Oh, yeah.
I got it. It's Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2, and it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. Oh yeah, kind of. So as you can see, like I said, we'll be on top. People will rejoice, as the brother said, because what? The law, statute, commandments going to be instituted, man. You know, about how the world works and how we, you know, I mean, I said, the other days going to kind of basically conduct themselves, man. You know.
And to add on, I brought it out before, but remember the young lady that had the dream? She spoke about it. She was like, when in the kingdom, when the Israelites would go to the other nations, Moab and them, they were happy when we came.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they were excited, and they had gifts and all that. Even though they know that we're on top, we're ruling, because everything's in order. There's no wickedness. You know, they're excited. They're happy. They can remember the video. I know all brothers know the video. The Ishmaelite or she was an Elamite maybe with her son. She said, "You black people, come back. You are the true children of Israel. We need you to set the world in order, essentially. You know." So it's, you know, we don't like Draymond said, we the only ones who don't know who we are. Them people on the Eastern Hemisphere, they know who we are. You know, and everything's gonna be set up right once. Hey, all we gotta do is wait and do it. You know, I don't want to ride this how we are of the men. You know.
Yeah, kind of just back you up. You know, especially that the justice system, man. You know what I mean? That the law's gonna be instituted. You don't gotta wait no, I say 10 hours just to get a court date. Then you gotta get
Right.
Then you gotta get what are those people called? The
Majesty.
Yeah, the magistrates and the jury and all that stuff. Then you gotta have a lawyer. Just imagine somebody committed adultery. You gotta have a lawyer on the side just to defend the wickedness, just like in the movie The Devil's Advocate.
Hey, real quick testimony. This world is so fucked up. I'm gonna speak on myself. I have a situation where I waited a year and a half for a court date just for them to tell me, because the place where I live is out of their jurisdiction. Probably got to wait another year and a half for the court date. We might be out of here by the time I get that. You know what I mean? What type of shit is that? You know what I mean? That's madness. You gotta wait a year and a half just to dispute a situation.
It's crazy.
You know?
And just to back you up, they didn't even let you know. You know, sometimes the situation come out of nowhere. You know, like you say, it could be like 2 or 3 years all of a sudden. Oh, how you say you gotta go to court for this? I'm like, damn, why you telling me all of a sudden now? Why you didn't tell me that before? You know what I mean? While I was in that situation, now you gotta tell me 2 years now. What you gotta do now? Now, hope like
Exactly
you
what
say,
happened.
like you say, you gotta remember now you gotta backtrack and hopefully, like I said, you got some evidence or whatever to like I said, to prove your innocence, man.
Yeah, right. You live
know,
at the
that's
same
bad.
address forever. They could have sent you letters. You got a court date. You forgot your court date, whatever. But you're right about that. You know?
Really good Michael the Fourth chapter.
And that's how Esau does it. I mean, that's how Esau does things, man. You know, that's how Esau works, man. Like I said, he get you when you're not prepared, man. You know?
This is Isaiah 2:2, and it says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the house shall be established from the top of the mountains."
That goes into what we're about to bring out in Micah. You know, that's that government that's going to be set up on the earth. You know, a true government, a real government. And it ain't going to be built upon lies and deceit. You know, here it is, you got these people having these meetings. Where do these people come from? Nobody voted for these people. Nobody knows these people. Where they just come out of every crevices and rock, you know, with suits on, and they telling you what your life is about to be in the next 10 years from now. You know? That should be a red flag. Like, who the fuck are these people, man?
Right. Where they come from?
See, our government, you're gonna know who the Israelites are. You're gonna know who the 144 is. You're gonna know who your rulers are. You're gonna see David. You know what I'm saying? You may not encounter him in person. You're gonna be some busy people. But you gonna know, you're gonna be pictures. You're gonna see, you're gonna be hearing about it. There's David, he's second in command, Yahweh Shai, you know, there's Peter, you know, there's all the elders, you know what I'm saying? There's the men under them, you know. They are our government body, they are our leaders, they are our teachers. You know? You're gonna be taught about the 144 of the kingdom. You're gonna know the government. Here you don't know the government.
No.
You got people in the UK think Boris Johnson is their leader. You got people in America thinks Brandon is their leader.
Yeah.
You got people in Canada thinks that guy Trudeau is their leader. They're not your leaders. They're the faces set up to tell you what the elites want you to hear. The real government, hey, they these bankers, right? They're the ones that own the oil business. You know, that own everything that's now crumbling.
Okay.
If it's crumbling, then who's crumbling? The person that owns it.
John,
Right.
I just back in this real quick, just make my statement. Like I said, you got those people that really want to help them. I'm talking about, you know what I mean, those people that want to come up, but what? They don't got no seat. Like I said, what? That ain't ties. Like I said, basically, like I said, if you're not part of that agenda, you're not gonna get voted in, man.
Yeah, like me and you couldn't just go up to the meeting and be like, hey, can we get in?
Or have a vote, or
Nigga, where your pass at?
you know. What I'm saying?
Right.
I'm talking about just to sit in the crowd.
Yeah, kind of.
They said they had so much high level security at the meetings, bro. Like you wasn't even getting in a vicinity of a block to that building, man. Roads blocked off, you know.
Yeah, people walking blocks like what you were saying to the meeting.
Yeah, yep. Go ahead,
It says, and shall be exalted above the hills. And it's still going into the nation of Israel being in that governing body through the spirit of power, Yahweh Shemel Shah. And it says, all nations shall flow unto it. It says,
and y'all gonna see the beginning of that, because Yahweh Shai is gonna actually come down and put you motherfuckers in chains. That's gonna be talked about too. How the government was even built. Like, yo, they came down and set shit up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was no fighting these dudes. The Israelites, it was no fighting them. You know, they came full force and it was just do what they say or die. That's gonna be talked about throughout the generations of these nations too.
Easy work.
Yep, they're gonna tell their children, look, the Israelites, they are your rulers, they are your gods, they will fuck you up. Son, be careful, you know, obey their ways, you know. It's like Big Mama used to tell us, be careful, son. Go out there, get no trouble, get locked up. They're gonna tell their children, be careful. You know, the Israelites don't play. You know? Then it said what? It said the nation shall flow unto it. What does that mean? They're gonna be taught our ways. They're gonna learn and grow in the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai. That's why we have to be broken down first and retaught, so we can teach. You know, you can't teach nobody if you don't know. So we got to go through the trial. And once again, the experience. We got to go through the hands-on trial and error. Okay, this is what the Lord understood. This is what the Lord meant by not doing this. You know, or doing that the right way. You know, going through it. We truly know good and evil. Man. The works of it. You know. Go ahead, bro.
verse 3, it says, and many people shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the Most High Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
So a brother may be in his province or whatever portion he rules. You may have a day throughout every day. You got to be on your throne and have your court. You got your officials, lined up. You sit on your throne and you got just people coming through with questions. You gotta let them know what the deal is. Solomon had to do that. That's what kings used to do. They used to, one of their jobs was you have your court, you have the officials. You just take time throughout the day. People would just come and request questions. Fulfill it. That's part of being a king. You're not just eating berries all goddamn long, sitting on your ass. You're ruling.
Yes.
Yahweh Shai is going to put brothers over certain things. This brother may be in charge of corn wherever he at, the corn production. You know what I'm saying? He got to report to another brother like this how much corn we got coming through this season over here in this land. Brothers gonna be doing shit and charging shit. We want brothers to think the king just sits on his ass.
Right.
You ain't gonna be doing the manual labor, but you're in control. And when you're in control of stuff, you got work. You got manage. You managing shit. You managing people. You know, and you reporting back to your higher ups. You know, brothers is gonna be set up in certain places, man, over certain things. You know, what's that suit looking like this one all? Is that cut?
Oh man, it's looking good, bro.
Looking good. You know,
Yeah, man.
You know,
I got double the Edomites and
we good on that end, cuz.
kind of got
You know,
quadruple Hamites.
that's what's up, man.
They got work double time.
Yep.
Yeah, man. They don't sleep.
Yep.
And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law.
Out of Zion should go forth the law. You know, and it's the same laws that the Lord gave us at Mount Sinai. Them laws hasn't changed. No pork will be eaten. No homos will be allowed.
If I may have brothers seen, I don't know if brothers seen it. They showed this person, he's a pig caregiver, I guess, and they gotta keep the pigs healthy. You know, they gotta pull their teeth out. They gotta pull the pus. Yo, the pig is such a disgusting creature. Like they have to lay the pigs down, and it'd be like warthogs and stuff. And from eating all the metal and stuff, they got infections, and they gotta really like pull out their. Oh, it's horrible, man. Cysts and stuff. Now, mind you, pigs don't sweat. You know what I mean? So all that poison is in there, nothing's coming out. Oh, it is disgusting. The stuff. That's that person's job to keep the pigs somewhat healthy so they can continue to do their job.
You said you seen that as a video?
Yeah, if I find it, I'm gonna try to set. I should have saved it. I'm gonna try to find it again. And it's just horrible looking. And it's such a foul. It's such a foul creature. Why would you want to eat this shit, man? I just don't. You know, nowadays people know pig is bad for you. They know, and they still. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with no pig. You grew up eating pig. It's a lot.
You can show them the video of the pig eating another pig's shit, but they'll still eat.
Hey, I did that one time. I posted up. Did you see when I posted up the seafood? I posted up the crab, and females I know comment saying, "Shit, I'm still gonna eat it." You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
You got what?
That bacon, man. You mean, when it comes to bacon, that's what they think about. They think about bacon and ham and all this stuff because it's already processed.
Yeah, my aunt, she calls it, that's real bacon, that other stuff. You realize bacon is a cut? That's all it is a type of cut. That's real bacon. That ain't what you eat, ain't real bacon.
Yeah, this is back here. I found out that the ham is actually the pig's ass.
It's the buttocks.
Yeah, the butter. Okay, damn.
But let's go into down to Leviticus 11 chapter. Yeah, we'll go back to Leviticus 11 chapter. Because part of teaching law is also teaching the judgments of you not obeying that law. Because like your brother said, I'm gonna eat it anyway. Not if you know what the fuck will happen to your ass.
They think it happened. You know what I mean? Just back here, you know what I mean? A lot of it, I mean it. It ain't nothing wrong with me. But like I said, over time, you keep eating it. You know, it's a slow effect. You know, same thing with at least what they're doing now with all this GMO. In order for, of course, it's not gonna kill you now. But if you think about it, like I said, everybody's different. You know, I say some, you know, what I mean, some may affect sooner than everybody else, but sooner or later it's gonna catch up to you when you're older. Like I said, your body starts to die down, your immune system is not strong when it used to be. It's gonna catch up to you.
Well, see, when the law is instituted, you get judged right there.
Yeah, go.
You do what the fuck you want to do because you ain't getting good.
Well, I'm eating pork, I'm eating shrimp, I'm eating, you know.
In our time, in the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Shah, you gonna get judged for doing that shit. All right, how you doing? Go ahead, brother. You got that Leviticus 11.
Start from the top.
Yeah.
It's Leviticus 11:1. It says, "And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speaking to the children of Israel, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth, whatsoever part of the hoof, and is cloven-footed and true-cut among the beasts that ye shall eat." Nevertheless,
A lot of them now, though, they eating corn and Pop-Tarts. So we really ain't supposed to be eating them. Because they ain't chewing the cud. Which shows you can break the law. You can be trying to keep the law, right? Let's eat some beef. But this cow been eating Pop-Tarts his whole life. So we done broke the law because he ain't chewing the cud. I seen a video they literally had the hole in the cow and a big ass tube force feeding and some shit. That's undefiled. That's defiled meat. We're not supposed to eat that. That's not chewing the cud. So there you go. Not Sakari. There you go. Not keeping the law. You don't know if that meat you eating is chewing the cud. Go ahead, bro.
Nevertheless, these shall do not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divideth the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
There you go, humpback. Go ahead. Does it look like, does a camel look like something you eat or something that you ride on? That looks like an animal that you take for travel. You know what I'm saying? It don't look like something you cut up and put on the stove, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, Coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth.
Somebody gets weed. The weed.
But
Brother, get that word on. It's good to go with these laws, man.
I'm glad when brothers got posted. You actually see, when we posted up the animals and see animals about what's not supposed to be. Some brothers may have understanding, some, like you said, the words, but what does that mean? And you rather you show like a picture about the type of animal, or the sea animal creature, that's supposed to be, it's supposed to be eaten.
It says rock badger.
Yeah, how do you spell it? Just pull up on Google Images.
Yeah, I'm about to look it up on rock badger. I wonder if that's like a honey badger, maybe. Yeah, it's a like a part of the rabbit. Yeah, it's like a ferret or some shit. It's a rodent.
Kind of like
Half squirrels, some shit. Same
It look like a
family.
mongoose, tell you shit. Like a
So you don't eat that shit. Go ahead, bro.
verse 5 again, and the coney, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof.
So he chewed the cud.
oh look, if I may, this is the cognac in Africa and in Israel. That's where you find it.
He chewed the cud, but he don't part the hoof. Go ahead, brother.
He is unclean unto you, and the hair, because he chewed the cud, but divided not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.
You know what the hair is? The rabbit. Go ahead.
It's cousins.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. When the Lord is saying these things, the whole family line that falls under that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's a rabbit. I can eat this rat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can eat the sea roach.
Yeah, right.
Because it's in the sea. No, fuck, they all roaches. I mean, it's a technical name for them, but they all fucking roaches. They all from the same family.
That's why
Jake will
Genesis-
find a way.
That's why it says, when you read in Genesis, it tells about when the Lord created these animals, that this is what after its kind.
Yep. Hey, beautiful word. Good after it's good. Yep.
You got it.
Verse 7, and the swine, though he divided the hoof, and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you. Jake gets down with the swine, man.
Or all that.
They eat it from the root to the tooth.
Everything.
Cook down the whole head of a pig, then wrap it, then cut it, and eat it like that.
Like I said, he said that to the devil out of you come. And this devil is so bad with it to the point, like I said, man, that most of the stuff that we got pork with it, for like gelatin, toothbrush, some soap. I'm like, damn, it never gets wasted.
Yeah, I better be careful. Yeah, I better read the back of the ingredients. Eating chicken sausage and turkey sausage, you don't know what type of casing it is. A lot of that is pork casing because it's cheap. You know,
So I said, it never gets wasted.
they eat it from the rooter to the tooth. Pig ears, pig feet,
Testing.
chitlins.
Yeah, God,
Of their flesh you shall not eat, and their carcasses you shall not touch. They are unclean unto you.
Especially when they dead. Yeah. Can't touch it while you dead. That's awful.
Yeah.
So even if you go into a supermarket,
Yeah, all the
and
food
you
we
looking
eat,
for
it should
meat,
be dead. That should have been dead for months.
Yeah, but they pump it with all them preservatives, so that's why when you get something organic, it dies within the next like 3 days. If you don't eat like organic lettuce and all that stuff dies. You know, but they pump. You know, if it's not organic, they pump it with all them preservatives. It might last a week or 2 weeks. You know.
And that meat, like we supposed to have fresh meat. You supposed to, the day you kill that shit, you supposed to eat it.
Yeah.
This shit get packaged, frozen, and shipped to this state, shipped to that state.
They even color it with that.
Yeah, they put color. They
Yes,
put
what I heard. I didn't know that. I was like,
color.
A lot
You
of
buy a salmon, the shit got coloring on you.
A lot of sometimes that salmon ain't really salmon. That's all.
no, bro.
That's under Esau rulership. Fake shit.
So really, you haven't even had real good. You haven't even had good meat because it ain't fresh. Who had the burger off the cow? Just off a clean cow too. They got to be a clean cow that chewed the cud his whole life, been raised properly according to the law, and then he got killed. And you ate a burger that day. You don't even know what that tastes like. That's why they put you in heaven. Oh shit! We never had that.
They got everything.
Yeah.
Only these things have
Go
that.
ahead, bro. So we definitely ain't eating it. That's why you ain't getting the nutrients you need from the food, man. Some nutrients is fucking depleted. Go ahead.
Verse 9. These shall you eat of all that there are in the waters. Whatsoever have fins and scales in the water is in the sea.
Now, what
and
is
in the
what is the
river.
Lord giving us right here? A diet that'll help us live. He telling you if you eat this unclean shit, you can be made unclean. You gonna get sick, nigga. So I mean, he's giving us common sense ways to life. But then here you go eat it, then you can be like, oh shit, I need pills. I need to go to the doctor. You see Jake with the legs, the clumps.
They got the gout.
Got the shoes on with the two straps, black shoes with the two straps. Them
elephant
shits
foot.
foot rolling over.
Hey, yo, not for nothing. I was reading up again. Yo, when brothers at the crib chilling, man, sometimes it's good to just walk on the grass, man, barefoot, man. You know, this we from the ground, right? It's good to do that, and that's what I'm about to start doing every once in a while.
If I may, your diet is very important. I can attest to the fact that a bad diet affects you, you know, especially over time. But once you change your diet, you see the results very quickly.
And it could be a minor illness. It don't even have to be like a disease. Minor headaches, some little pains. You know, all of it begins with your diet. That's why that lady that was up here a couple weeks ago, the elder brother Barack was here, we was telling her, the first thing you check is your diet. That's the first thing you check. Well, for the first thing, if you got any disease, they'll tell you. Any herbalist doctor, they'll tell you. If you suffer from a disease, the first thing you do is go on a fast. Right? Greens fast. Green smoothies, you got to clean out the toxins. You got to alkaline your body. Because what they say, illnesses can survive in an alkaline body. They survive in an acidic body. So you first have to detox and cleanse your body. And then you can add that diet, a new diet, when you're eating the right things. You don't just go straight into putting good food over top of all that. Your body's still fucked up the inside. You got to clean out them organs so it can flush. You got to flush them organs out.
Like when you get an oil change, you
Yeah.
don't just put new oil on top.
There
You
you go.
gotta
There
get
you
your oil pan, pop that open, and let the oil, bad
All that
oil,
residue and junk
Yeah.
come on up out of there.
run out. Then you put the
And
new
you
oil.
put it, it'll run smoothly, you know. But what is Jake do? Just continue to pack themselves with unclean shit. Then when they get sick, they go get some medicine and just be fucking with it. It's just destroy. Go ahead. You know, the Lord gave us His diet, Lord, because that's the first thing that's going to keep you right. But even that, you can't even keep it right because that's the foul. Even the righteous food is the foul. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10, it says, and all that have not fins and
Because
scales.
we ain't know no better. We thought Butterfingers Capri Suns. We thought that was food.
Yeah.
Vitamin C, 100% natural,
Sugar.
artificial.
Freeze pumps.
Sugar smacks.
Number syrup. It's hot summer.
Yeah.
Let me get the blue one. Look at the, you know what I'm saying? That shit syrup, man. Frying your kid's brain.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you don't know better, man.
100% vitamin C. You know how they gonna advertise?
Yeah, Sunny D. What the fuck is Sunny D?
That's
yo?
nasty. That's
And it freeze,
nasty.
I don't know.
That shit is
Yeah,
not
you
normal.
never know, man, because that shit was thick. It did not taste like orange.
The hugs, we used to have the hugs in summer.
Yeah, the quarter waters.
whole-
Yeah, the quarter waters.
Boy, we used to kill them things in South Carolina.
Yeah.
You know? Just get them shits out the cooler.
Yeah.
You drinking nothing but cold,
What
man.
flavor you got? Red?
You know what I'm saying? It's all
You
red.
not cherry, but just red.
Yeah, red.
That shit nasty.
Blue.
Yeah.
You know?
Remember the little pixie shits?
Oh, yeah, you bust them up.
That's nothing but sugar. Kill
Nothing but
yourself.
sugar. It ain't even real sugar.
Look at Pop Rock. You remember that shit, Pop
Yeah,
Rock?
Pop
Rock.
Rock.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
You blowing yourself up. Drinking.
So your sickness, a lot of Jake's sicknesses start from when they're young, man. That shit is build upon.
Hey, real quick. And also, you know, brothers drink. Don't get the bottom of the barrel type of whatever. Beer, liquor, or wine. Don't get that cheap shit. You know, that shit will fuck you up, man.
Oh, and also, if I may say this, depending upon your geographical location,
You
your
know.
beer will taste different.
Yeah, you know that.
You can get a Heineken from the suburbs, and it will taste different than a Heineken in the ghetto.
And you know Jake loved Hennessy.
Yeah.
Speaking from, I used to love Hennessy. That's one of the worst liquors to drink, you know? It's one of, and you gotta realize, like with cognac, all cognac is aged brandy, but it takes a certain time for it to age into cognac. And Jake was buying so much Hennessy up, they had to speed the process of the Hennessy up, so they had to food color. Because at one point, I know, brother, I went to the liquor store, one bottle was darker than the other. It was the same, supposed to be the same type of Hennessy, you know? So they putting bullshit, and all that shit is sugar, man. You know, all it is sugar. You know, all liquor is bad, essentially. But if you gonna drink, make sure you get a decent, you know.
But it's fermented.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The fermented comes sugar.
yeah, that's right.
And even that's gonna be changing the kingdom because we're gonna be in control of that. Who's in control of these companies that pump out these liquors and these wines? And
Hey,
we ain't even in control of that. You know?
It's supposed to be
Back in verse 10.
That's why you go to like Italy or somewhere, they got wines that's years old.
They've been down in that cellar for 30, 40 years, you know what I mean?
Called $20,000 for this bottle.
Yup,
Like,
yup.
yeah, this is, you know.
Bro, their grapes are
That shit get you drunk off one sip.
Sit one sip.
Because you'll see when they had a glass, right? They got this
This
amount of
much.
shit. Because that's all you need.
It's strong as hell. Anything that aged, you know, the potency, you know?
Yep.
Their grapes are grapes.
Yeah, they're real great.
They don't allow this GMO crap over there. It's against the law.
Verse 10. All that have not fins and scales in the sea.
Yeah, you a kid. I know I used to go to 7-Eleven after school get the taquitos, man.
Oh, the
fucking-
chips and
But when
whatever.
you eat that shit every day though, like that was my shit. Like chips, 7-Eleven brownie, taquito, and a 99-cent Arizona drink. That was my go-to after school.
Oh,
Arizona was my shit.
nowadays the kids are tearing them tacos. But them shits is fucking their insides up. Spicy ass tacos. Nah, the little girl had to have surgery, yo.
You died, man. You're not top right. You're not top right. And if your family ain't cooking, you know, fucking. They send you the school food.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the
That shit was
breakfast,
hard.
that pizza, the square pizza.
Well, we love pizza. They
Oh,
Friday.
cardboard.
Fridays was pizza day.
Then they had.
They got the
I don't know. It might have been different from y'all, but we had the PB&J in the packet.
Oh yeah.
Oh, y'all had it in the
Yeah.
pack?
It was in a packet, and
Oh,
it
all
was
in
a
one?
big circle.
Yeah, I had that.
And the
I had that.
bread
The
was
crust, the crust of
ugh. And you-
God,
The bread was just mad.
Yeah.
And you just bite it. It's just one big ass patty with everything in the inside.
Yeah,
You got-
If you didn't bring
That shit
money
was
for
dry
your
as
lunch,
hell.
that shit was
you got-
nasty.
You get a
That
peanut
shit
butter.
Oh, don't
was
let you get a
dry.
stale one. Don't let you get a stale one.
Yeah, that's Westwood.
Oh,
He had
yeah,
the all-in-one peanut butter and jelly.
yeah, it's fucking this. The nacho day, the chili.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That
Soggy.
mystery
Yeah,
meat.
yeah.
It ain't
Oh,
nothing. Mystery
God.
meat. You don't know what the fuck's in there.
Yeah, mystery meat kind.
Oh,
And you got that one cafeteria with the bowl.
Oh,
and the
She got a
mustache.
mustache. Yeah, what she always.
Oh,
she always- she
the
was
mole
Miss
with the
Pearly
hair
with
growing
it.
out of it.
The mustache. Yo.
She got the mole with the hair growing out of it.
Then they serve you burgers and pasta with
The
milk,
burgers ain't real.
strawberry
Yeah.
milk, and chocolate milk.
I know, right?
What the fuck are we eating? What the fuck is going on, man?
And
But it's a
mind
healthy
you-
diet.
And mind you gotta
And
pay for
butter
that.
on the grate.
You mean you gotta pay for that now?
Yeah.
And if you
yeah,
think about
right,
it, you-
exactly.
And you gotta pay for this shit.
And they didn't even give you a good serving of it. You know, remember
like-
what I mean?
Nah,
They didn't give you enough for a grown
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
You
They
know
plop
what
some
I'm
more on
saying?
your plate.
Now mind you, they don't even give you the fries.
Oh, fries.
They used to
bro.
give you fries for free, but now they cut it back because they said that the fries weren't healthy. So they made it law on that.
See,
So they gotta pay
no
extra for the
shit.
fries. I remember that. Yeah, back in the 90s, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
No
that.
shit, man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Esau's
So
all
your
over the
dad
place.
as
mad
a your
about
dad as a kid was totally fucked up. I mean, from morning to nighttime. Oh, maybe your mom might have cooked something that was half decent. But me growing up, we had so we ate hamburger helper on rice. So that's fucking destroying you.
I ain't gonna hold you though. That hamburger.
Oh no, it was
it.
that's it, but that shit poison.
Yeah, that's just horrible.
That salty ass, fake ass.
It hit.
You know?
Oh, oodles and noodles. Oh, you know, Jake, we ran all through that. You know. What?
That's every
Jake
4
Oates,
4.
Jake Oates.
That's it.
Yeah.
The shrimp. Don't nobody want the regular beef
Beef,
package.
nobody wanted the beef, yo. That was, and
You
you
get
get
the-
them the monkey
the
joint.
soda.
Yo, at the end you be done with 10 beef joints.
Oh,
You
y'all,
ain't want that.
y'all funny.
It be the beef liver. You,
Where y'all go shopping
fuck.
again?
Yeah. You like, fuck, I gotta eat the beef shit. You know, but that, bro,
I
that
forgot
just,
about the chicken though. I'm not sure. I'm
Nah,
getting
that was the go-to.
yeah, that was the
That
go-to.
was Jake
Chicken,
Oates.
chicken was a go-to. Shrimp and the chicken flavor was the go-to.
Yeah.
But your dad was just fucked up, man. Easy Mac, the powdered cheese, you know?
Oh,
Yeah, you get the Easy Mac microwave, you know?
remember that shit?
That shit's still 99 cents.
What type of cheese out?
The Easy Mac, they get
Yeah,
you the
look,
microwave
Oh yeah,
noodles
oh,
with
yeah.
powdered
That
cheese.
shit, yeah, forget it.
Yeah.
Put the right amount of water in there, you stir that.
What was that white stuff that was that?
Bullshit they
that
made
was
in the
there?
lab,
That was
you know?
white stuff that they used.
So our whole day, when you think about our dad alone, man, yo, who knows what the fuck we didn't eat? Oh, and then on weekends you have McDonald's, Happy Meals, you know what I'm saying?
That's
You think about the grape sodas, the orange sodas.
Soda. Every cookout got them soda.
The thing about you could clean your car battery with this soda.
Yeah.
You know, and we're
Coke.
putting that shit in us. You know what I mean? I'm still sucking for ginger ale, but I try to get real ginger ale when I can. You know what I'm saying?
Eating away at
Real
the
ginger
stomach.
ale. You know?
That's it, man. That's
Coke fuck up your teeth.
soda, grape
Yeah,
soda,
that's it.
orange soda. And they brainwash me with fucking Keenan and Kel, fucking, who love orange soda? Yeah, I'm just like, oh shit.
Yeah,
orange
he was
soda.
big on that orange soda,
For
right?
real, I grew up loving orange soda.
He walk around with orange soda.
The grape soda.
So your dad's fucked up, you know. But now as we got the truth, you know, we try to eat to the best of our ability.
Yeah,
You know,
we try.
try to the best of our ability.
You splurge a little.
Yeah, you splurge on, you know. But as a kid, you didn't know. You just didn't know shit because you wasn't taught shit. You thought everything was food because it had a commercial.
Yeah, commercial.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid in the summer, I go to the summer rec at the high school when I was a kid. Every day when I got off, I went to McDonald's and got the 2 double cheeseburgers. Every single day. Then one day I ate it and I just started feeling sick. And now that I'm in the truth, I think back about all that processed nasty. The cheese ain't even real cheese. You know that, right?
Yeah.
That Kraft shit and all that, that's not. If you go to the supermarket and read the packet, it doesn't say cheese, it says cheese product.
Oh, just to back you up. Like I said, Issa did a test. You can tell, like I said, when you have little, when you have lighter, like when you burn it up.
It don't know.
Yeah, I stopped eating McDonald's. McDonald's was my first job. I stopped eating when
Yeah,
I
you told me, dude,
when I
it was
started
so
working
nasty,
there.
man.
I
I
stopped
can't
eating.
do it, bro.
I said, what the fuck is this?
And then, I remember as a kid, the fries were real. McDonald's fries was actually potatoes.
Yeah, man, the food tastes
But
different.
now when you look at, you can look at the difference. Cause you know I do the little DoorDash. You can look at the fries. That ain't the same.
McChicken, McRib. Oh shit, that
That's
Yo,
McRib.
how the fuck
That's
are you?
Satan.
Hold on, how are you putting rib in a chicken nugget?
That's
I remember how it.
You know what I mean?
remember
What
when
type
it
of
first
bullshit
came
is
out.
the McRib.
Make real nasty.
Red.
That's Satan.
And,
My
and
pops
Jake
was
loved it.
like on it.
Jake loved it. And now, and also the steak bagel. McDonald's steak bagel
Yeah,
in the
steak
morning.
bagel,
Yo, I don't know. I was a sucker for it. I used to love when they dropped that steak bagel, man. And Jake to this day, they still go. My boss was talking. Oh, the steak bagel was bad. He said this to me the other day.
Yeah.
He said this, I don't tell my wife I get it, but the steak
Some
bagel
demons.
was bad.
Yeah. Hey, what's another stronghold? The Chinese food.
Yeah.
That was a Saturday
I can't
go-to.
remember the last time I
we
had
used,
Chinese.
we used to hit the Chinese spot, then Blockbuster every weekend. You know, that was like a reward.
Chinese,
My favorite
shrimp
was
fried rice,
Jake loved rib tips.
Yeah, real
And the
too.
pork fried rice.
pork fried rice.
I can't remember the last time I had Chinese.
That fake goddamn soy sauce packet. Cause you know they gave you the bullshit. They give you the
They ain't
bullshit
the real
sauce.
soy. Yeah, that real soy sauce.
And that shit all salty. And you like,
Yo, that shit was that soy sauce is so salty. When you can go to the grocery store, get some soy sauce with less sodium, man. And it tastes just as good. Yo, people don't, if you just take, Jake lazy, they want their shit now. You cut up your garlic. You know, don't get me wrong, you know, we throw a little BS seasoning in there, but you know, for the most part, the healthy stuff is what gets you the flavor. Yeah?
Jake is
Garlic gives you
impatient.
flavor, yeah.
Jake's impatient.
Yeah.
You know, he don't want to take the time to prepare his food. You know, he wanted his food now.
Jake always get that smell. of
Oh,
food.
you know when I stopped eating that, I know we gotta get back to the
I
scripture.
can't wait.
I stopped eating General Soul's when that video came across from over there on the Eastern Hemisphere where they would burn. They had a whole bunch of rats. They would burn the tail and that would kill them. They dump them in that hot water, rip the fur off, cut the head.
Friday is.
Zabak told me
And
about
by
that.
the end of the video, they showed it. General Soul's chicken.
But if you notice, every Chinese spot cut that General Tso's chicken actually open. Jake don't ever actually cut it.
Yeah.
Look at all of it's different.
It's
It
all
has different
different.
coloring,
Yeah.
different
Yep.
texture.
Yep.
Oh yeah, just by the way, you can tell it's different just by tasting it because, like I said, go ahead and actually get a real chicken, and then, like I said, you get the Gentle chicken. Like I said, you just the taste is
And
different.
what Jake always said, this spot better than that spot. Why is it so different?
Right. And it's all Chinese.
You know what I'm saying? And then if Jake was, if Jake wasn't eating out, let's say the family get together, what is Jake normally cooking? That's
Fried
plantation food.
Fried chicken.
Yeah.
So
The food that put Big Mama in the hospital. What's
Big
that movie?
macaroni
The
and
movie
cheese.
Soul Food.
Soul
They told
Food.
you it's Soul Food.
Yeah, Big Mama.
Big Mama died from the soul food.
Yeah.
And then like Jake always say, then at the funeral, Jake is serving the same damn food. They killed Big Mama.
they got a friend.
Collard greens with pork in it.
You know what I'm saying?
And hock in it.
Food high on sodium, soda,
Look, they cook it with salt.
the cheap beer he was going into.
Look, they cook with salt. And then what Jake do is, this my family. As soon as they get their plate, they don't even taste the food with the salt and pepper.
Yeah.
They don't even taste it to see how much salt
Oh,
they
the hot,
need.
no, the hot sauce.
I gotta put it on.
Yeah.
One Jake got the whole bottle.
Yep.
Macaroni, chicken.
Everything.
Green beans.
You ain't even tried it yet.
You know what I'm saying? All this them pies, they give you diabetes.
Yeah, sweet potato pie.
Man, bro.
Those shit be good.
Now,
My great grandma used to make that. I used to eat a whole pie by
By
myself.
yourself?
By myself.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You can't stay down something, bro. You be fucked up.
yeah.
see, now sweet potatoes is good for you. You know,
Yeah, but it's the bullshit.
even the pie is good for you.
It's
with
with
the
the extract. Yeah, you know, the conventional
The brown sugar.
Yeah, all that brown.
Brown sugar is good for you.
Good.
You know, that white cane sugar, you know, that's where it's all. But
Nah, cane is alright.
sweet potato,
He talking about the
Cane
white
is
regular
alright.
sugar.
The white sugar.
Domino.
Domino
Domino.
sugar.
yeah, right.
fake white
Right, that's what I'm
sugar.
talking about.
Yeah.
Down. That's it.
You know, cinnamon is good for you.
Yes,
When has
bro.
Jake ever put cane sugar in something? Jake,
Right.
Jake used the domino sugar.
You know
Jake
what
might
they
use
say,
the
right?
cubes. They might use the domino
Oh, you
sugar.
remember the cube? Yo, put a whole cube in
They
your
might put the
shit.
cubes in this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
a
drugs.
throwback. yo,
That's
the
drugs
cube.
right there.
8 cubes in a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this bullshit, man? Go ahead, brother.
This is back in verse 10. It says, "And all that have not fins and scales in the sea and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. Verse 11, they shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses an abomination.
We don't gotta go through the whole food law. Let's go to Michael.
Yeah,
Because
this is-
even when you go into the ocean food, right? You can eat clean fish, but those fish are defiled because the water's so goddamn blue.
Man, right.
Like, I don't know, brothers. Like, I like sardines. I don't know, brothers.
I eat
Yeah, I fucks with sardines. Man, I love sardines.
little crackers,
I get-
vinegar, hot sauce.
I can just eat them regular.
Oh, really?
Give me one dip in oil and it'll
What
work.
about anchovies?
I can eat them, but I don't prefer them.
Yeah, I eat that shit.
Michael.
This is Micah 4:1. It says, but in the last days it shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua shall be established at the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, Yahweh, and to the house of the power of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths, for the law shall go forth to
You're
Zion.
going to walk in the paths of the Lord. You know, every step you take is going to be in the fear of the Lord. And that's going to make the earth a better place.
Right?
Like we always say, the first day in the kingdom is going to feel like you woke up out of a nightmare, which this is a fucking nightmare. You know? It's going to be like, man, you ain't going to know what to do with yourself. If you get beamed up in the chair, you ain't going to know what the fuck to do with yourself. You ain't going to be in a hurry to come back down. You just going to be in total fucking shock. If I get beat up in a chair,
Sorry, I'm just reading.
if I get beat up in a chair, I'm going to be in total fucking shock.
Right.
I'm gonna be full of so much emotion and just I might be crying in a state of derision, just like what the fuck? Because you gonna be just overcome with what you had to come out of, and now it's finally here, and you're just gonna be surreal. I might not move for a whole day. I'm just sitting like, yo, somebody gonna have to come get me.
You might pass out. You might pass out or die shot.
Somebody to
You
come
never
get
know.
me, man. That's why we're gonna need them new bodies, man.
Yeah. Die.
Well, they're not died by now, but no, I'm just saying you said that.
That's the thought process.
Yeah, I can saying, bro. That's why we gotta get them new bodies. Because if you got beaten up in the flesh, you wouldn't be able to sustain that shit, that shock. You would be over. You would die if you was in the flesh. You know.
It's just too much to process. They say you be out all.
Yeah, continuing on. And the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. And he shall judge among many people and rebuke strong nations afar off.
Yeah, they're gonna get rebuked. They're gonna be corrected. Moab, you've been doing it wrong. Ammon, you've been doing it wrong. Japheth, you've been doing it wrong. Elam, you've been doing it wrong. Esau, your ass going into slavery.
Definitely.
You know, red, proud ass devils. And these low devils, these are low. Look how proud he look. He red, proud boy. He low. Open toes. Look at the shoes, man. Base. But look how proud he walk.
They got the sticker.
Yeah.
Bro,
Hate these motherfuckers.
you know they did some shit.
You can look at them.
Yeah, man.
They don't look right.
They don't look right at all. They look like they need to be in chains. They look like they're guilty. Every time I see Edomite, they look guilty. They look like they hiding from something. They look like they got kids in their basement. They look like they, you know what I'm saying? Like in pedophilia, homosexuality. They look guilty.
Shout out. Back in the day, probably.
That's why when they see Jake, they always like kind of, they'll freeze up for a split
uneasy.
second.
They're uneasy, yeah.
They'll be like, oh,
They're on
and then they'll snap
eggshells.
back and they'll be like, oh, I gotta step in the character.
They're on eggshells. That's why.
When they be like that, they'll be taken back, then they'll be like, hey.
One thing I've been noticing since I've been on this side, regardless of where we at, Richmond, DC, here, I see one E trip almost every time we come out the camp. They trip because they're in awe and they're on eggshells. Like, you know how you walk and you stumble real quick?
Right.
I see it all the time and it be eating. You know?
Guilty.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Continuing on. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up a sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Is that a coincidence that once E goes down, no more wars gonna happen on Earth?
Hey, when righteous are in authority, rejoice. Yeah.
That proves that he's been starting all the goddamn wars. As soon as you get taken down, ain't gonna be no more wars.
Hey, we go back to the when we go back to King Solomon, there was no wars. It was all straight.
No, because we are peaceful people.
Yeah, we don't want to. We ain't trying to fuck nobody. In our right, and we in our right mind.
Yeah,
Right.
Not when we on these curses. When Jake was just in his right state of mind,
Yeah.
under the spirit of the Lord.
Jacob was a plain man. When Jacob's at somewhat content, ain't not getting their ass handed to them when they have a decent week.
Yeah.
What Jake want to do?
Chill.
Turn on some R&B, get the grill going, have a good time.
Yeah, relax.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you give Jake a good woman, some food, and a place to lay his head. Jake is in heaven. Jake is damn near heaven.
But the flip side to that is when it's a good week and he is in his kingdom, what they do? They get drunk, they get loud.
They
You know,
something
they wanna
mess
hurt
with.
something.
Yeah, they want to hurt something.
Yeah.
Get in the mosh pit.
Yeah, the scriptures tell you their soul is never satisfied. So he can have it all and still want to do the most outlandish shit.
Yeah.
He can't have regular sex. He has to shock you. Do BD, what's that shit? BDSM.
Yeah.
Tie you up and
Have a couture for
Oh, shit.
put me, shock my nipples. And,
Yeah.
That's why when you go to them, when you look at them porn sites, there's a million categories. How much sex is there? This category, that category. Threesome, foursome, sexes, orgies. You know what I'm saying? 50 men and one woman.
Yeah.
Midgets. Fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like deformed people having sex. Like midgets. This is crazy, bro. Because
It's
he
crazy, yeah.
bestiality.
Yeah, pedophilia. Like he can't just have regular. He can't do regular shit. He can't go hiking. He gotta go climb into the Tony's mountain. Live with the wolves.
Yeah,
Exactly.
To feel something.
Exactly. You know
You know
what I'm
what
saying?
that's right.
Motherfucker leave with clothes and come back with fur.
Dude, bro, he be living with them. Bro, I seen a show. Dude was living with the wolves. Bro, he was like, yeah, he patting them and shit with wolves.
Yeah.
They was like, you not scared? They come up behind you. No, we're a family.
You wanna,
That's about
We're a
to change.
pack.
you know what I noticed too? You know that Esau go, like I said, deep diving, go in those caves that actually claustrophobic to the point where you actually get stuck in it. Esau does all that stuff, man. Like I said, he go deep to the tightest crest of the rock just for him. Like I said, just to go to reach to the end, man. Like I said, where it's a life or death situation.
Yeah.
Esau do shit like
I told you about that one Edomite my father used to hang with, right? And I tell you, all right, well, my father and my uncles used to have, they work, they hard workers, on their off days, they would cut trees down. They got cool with this one Edomite. And we used to have a cookout supposed to be over there, and I'm like, man, who is this? Oh, I can't remember the guy's name. So one day I realized that he was not around anymore. So I said, I think his name was Bruce. I said, what happened to such and such? He said, man, we was looking for him, we were lost, they couldn't find him for 2 days. They walked in the house, he was drunk, a whole bunch of beer cans, and he was laid up with his Rottweiler, and they both was greased down. I'm talking about greased down,
Oh
yo.
my God.
Bro.
Yeah, so that was it for that. That was it for, I think his name was Bruce. Yeah,
You
that
know
was
what
it for
happened to
them.
bro?
Yeah.
He gotta do wild shit.
He broke out the Crisco.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
God.
go up in Europe, you go in the Black Whale, and you'll see in Europe, it's a big club. Dogs, they got makeup on, heels. The dogs is in dressing.
Look at all the
with heels on. But no, they got graphic images. The anal blown out of the dog,
Oh,
and the dog got heels on. Like,
oh.
Crazy.
you know,
Yeah.
that's the type of shit he do.
You guys gotta be cool with that.
Us, we don't. When Jake is in a natural state, Jake ain't got to do all that shit to have a good time, man. Give Jake some music, a woman.
Well, yeah.
Jake is good.
Well,
He is like, nah, I gotta have more. I gotta go rape and pillage, murder. That's why you look at all these psychos and these serial killers. They be Edomites, man.
Yeah.
Look at them documentaries. The nigga just went on a goddamn nigga. He was in college. He had a good job. He had a family. Ted Bundy had a woman.
He was a professor, wasn't he?
Well, that was
He
one of
was
his,
intelligent, I
That was
know
one of
that.
his identities.
Oh,
He was
okay.
intelligent.
He never finished college, but he kept
Okay.
transferring. But he had a woman. You know what I'm saying? He had shit. That's murder. That's crazy.
Son
Murder.
just come over though.
Yeah, God.
Oh, did you? Bro, the nigga, he escaped jail, right? Twice. The first time, this is how this nigga got cut. Nigga hopped up. Well, he said, nah, he an Edomite, so he able to walk around freely. He said, so they didn't put closer. He in the court, he said, I gotta make a phone call. And every day he looked out the window and he said, I gotta jump off this shit. So he let this nigga go make a phone call by himself, bro. In court.
jumped out.
He jumped out the ship. Go run to the woods, right? You know how they caught this nigga? He managed to make it to Florida. Murder. Murder. He went to another campus, started murdering bitches, and they caught him again. That the nigga can't sit the fuck still. Nigga, you got away with you escaped. He just had to do it again. And when they interviewed him, he said, yeah, it was just a urge that I could never quench. And I thought if I got one more victim, it would stop, but it never stopped.
He saw.
And they never thought to put that motherfucker to death.
Hey, it's
Because he ate him.
End it.
I don't know, brother. See that little video just came out last week. They asked a little fat little Edomite what he want to be when he grow up. He said, "I want to be a murderer." What? A murderer? That's what he said he want to be when he grows up. A murderer, yo. You know, it's in this. Habakkuk 2 and 4. They
He was
saw
a murderer
right
before.
there, man.
Niggas is crazy.
Stuff like that, they let it go. They're like, he's just young, you know, he'll get over it.
And it's crazy because during Jacob's trouble, you're gonna see a little kid like that, and you're gonna think to help him. I mean, not us, but you know, Jake.
And then they're gonna murder you. He's gonna murder you.
Yeah.
And you sleep, whatever.
You know?
Murderer. Who says that though? When you ask a kid what they want to be, I want to be a fireman. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a scientist. This motherfucker said, I want to be a murderer. Yeah.
Nigga crazy. Them Columbine niggas, them niggas was in the school with them black trench coats.
Yeah, kind.
It wasn't no talking to them niggas. Them niggas was in.
Yeah.
We
Like
get
Matrix.
blue on blood. You know?
Matrix.
Talking about those golf.
Yeah.
Golf the niggas. I never liked them niggas. We had niggas like that in high school. And golf the niggas.
You always had one of
Them
them. They had the
niggas
high boots, trench coat, long ass hair.
I remember, yo, it
They
was
walking like this and shit.
Yo, it was just one dude. He used to sit by himself at lunch. And my homies, they used to make fun of him. I used to tell him, yo, I make fun of him. That nigga would kill you. Long before I get see, that nigga would kill you. And he won't think twice about it.
They sit there sniffing lighter fluid and shit. Yeah, they'll be them ones, you know?
Yeah. Motherfuckers to get you back with a slow burn.
Eating blue, they was the ones eating blue in elementary.
Yeah.
Whole bottle of that
Glue in the bag.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Huffing, what's that called? Huffing?
Yeah.
Yeah, be them. They huff till they black out.
Yeah.
Tell you, man.
It's cool.
But
A black out.
see, but during Jacob's trouble, all that's gonna be
Unleashed.
good to them.
They're gonna be able to do all that weirdo shit they like to do. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yep.
And if we caught on that.
Matter of fact, get Habakkuk. His soul is not upright. Habakkuk, the second chapter. Since we on the nigga Eve.
This is Habakkuk 2 and 4.
It's like you got that nigga, I brought him up once, but that nigga that's on TikTok, that nigga turned himself into Batman. But he's dead ass serious.
Yeah.
And you run up on him, you will get fucked up.
Yes.
You know? And this nigga think he Batman, that nigga. What's up, nigga? You know, this nigga got a real suit. You hit him, you gonna hurt yourself.
Hey, them Comic-Con motherfuckers.
Yeah, they dead
They
serious, bro.
yo, they really walk around as a fucking
Yeah,
That
bro.
nigga think he Goku. She thinks she Sailor Moon. Them niggas ain't playing. Them niggas, you know what I'm saying? And they know some shit too. They know martial arts.
Yeah, they be like, dang.
Motherfucker,
Yeah, you
42
know,
years
yeah.
old. With a damn costume. Walking around.
That's what they
Weirdo,
wanna
bro.
be.
Nigga Peter, I seen one, he was Peter Griffin. Nigga, he had the pants and certain the shit. That's
Oh,
it.
shit.
You know?
Let's not
Niggas
stand
ain't
on
right,
the
man.
ceremony here.
Go ahead, bro.
This is Habakkuk 2, and I start at 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak."
What's that vision? The revealing of the wicked. That's right. Ease downfall. Everything. You've seen the whole vision happening right before your eyes. It's that we're entering into that. We have been in that appointed time. The age of the fall of Edom. You know? Edom's last rulership. You know? Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. But at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
It's not tarrying no more though. Days are going by super fast, and they're gonna continue to go by fast. You know? It's not tarrying. Prophecy is jumping off the pages. Go ahead.
Because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yep, go ahead.
Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in
So
him.
you can't expect him to do right. And then you give him control of the earth. Oh man. He just gonna do whatever the fuck. First thing that comes to his mind. You know? Blow a hole in the earth. Nigga, what's that shit that happened in the ocean? with the shit, the fire. They had an oil reserve under there that blew up, and the big ass fire was under the ocean.
I think he was the one in the Gulf of Mexico.
Now, what you think happened to the sea creatures that was under there? Like, where that shit burst, all that shit burst under there. They died, man.
They constantly testing their nukes in the water.
And that ocean is polluted. Oil flowing all through there.
Yeah, and if they did live, they probably mutated in wild shit. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling what's down there, you know what I mean?
Oh, look at, I don't know if brother seen Chernobyl. That shows you this nigga shouldn't be in control of nothing. The nuclear reactors, you know, everything went haywire, right? And then all them gases and shit went out into everybody's villages nearby the plant. And all them people got sick, started dying and getting diseases. All of this weirdo, man.
Oh, it was an accident.
You know?
He ain't even correcting it. Yeah. He just told the people to move out the area.
Yep.
That's what they do in China. You know, I mean, they got all that smog and all the chemicals and plants out there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Moabites be sick over there.
Even the fish that you're buying now is probably
Yep.
infected
Contaminated
with
with that shit,
Yeah.
man.
Give it to the people.
You had that one Edomite I seen the documentary. This nigga, somewhere along the line, he just lost his goddamn mind. This nigga was in his crib. He quit his job, and all his money he built into making this indestructible. He took a tractor he had, and he made it into this indestructible vehicle. Right? He put a bulldozer on the front of it. He made it so once he went inside, it was enclosed in from inside because he knew I wasn't getting out. You know, and nobody was getting in. This nigga went out to the city. They said this nigga, nobody heard from him. One day that garage opened. This nigga came out. This nigga went the whole city, bro, tearing down the banks, tearing down businesses, and the whole cops trying to get this, but it's indestructible. It's fucking, he made a train into like this tank, and they can't. You try to run up on it, he just boom. He run into. I gotta show up that shit was wild, and he is in that shit, you know.
How they get
Something like Battlefield. or something.
Nigga died in there. They I guess like one of the I guess they shot in there. They found like a hole. It was something like an area he had to breathe out. And they found the hole that way, and they was able to shoot up in that shit and got him. That nigga died, and the niggas in there.
I remember. Yo, there's so many countless stories about East Side, man. Remember the two dudes, they were best friends, and they just were going on a shooting spree.
California.
Yeah, and they put bullet Kevlar around their head. They cops were shooting, the shit was bouncing off. But one I think was on the back of the neck. It must have been an open spot marksman. They called him, bop, dropped. They was shooting out with the police. They had nothing but Teflon and Kevlar on, man.
Yeah, I gotta look at that. I love looking at shit like that.
There was one in California.
Man,
that
yo, they had
what's
so
the name?
much. They had so
I
much
got it.
ammunition.
And they got the video of it?
What?
I got it.
Big
Yeah.
shit. Oh, they had so much ammunition. I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't running out.
And they just did it just to do it, right?
Yeah, I think just
They were robbing the bank though, wasn't they?
They might have been robbing the bank.
They was robbing the bank.
They might have. Yeah, you know what I'm talking. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, Khan, you know what I'm saying? They were popping cops.
Yeah, and they just had like unlimited ammo. You know? like you said, like a 3-hour bang out. Like,
was.
God.
And shit, it's another example. It's a documentary on Netflix. I think it's like the mind of a killer, some shit. But it's bitch, she was rich, bro.
Yeah, I never watched
She
it.
inherited money from her fuck. She didn't need no money. She just wanted to do wild shit. They said she was crazy. They tricked this Edomite to rob a bank from her. They put a goddamn bomb on this nigga though. This nigga stupid. He was the pizza dude. This nigga would deliver pizza for him. They're like, look, you know, I was bank from, bro. They put the bomb on him, so they got this nigga sitting out in the middle of the street. And they're like, don't come at me. I come at me. Yo, he was crazy, like, don't come at me. And they put a bomb on me. That nigga, the shit. They made the bomb from scratch. Boom. She was a genius. That's what it is, like a genius mind psycho or some shit like that. And the shit blew up on a nigga. Right there. So they went on it led to an investigation of her and found out that she was in all type of weird shit. But she was like a genius. Like she graduated colleges. Point being, you got these Edomites, you think they normal, they ain't fucking normal. They done went to Yale, Harvard, got these prestigious jobs. And these motherfuckers are psycho.
That's a meditation, bro. You gotta actually meditate on that thing.
Yeah. Build a ball from scratch.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
His soul is not
Tesla
at work.
Yeah, but they want to blame Jake riding around with a bomb in the van
Exactly.
down in Jersey City.
They meditate.
Jake don't know how to build no fucking bomb. You gotta have some fucking. You gotta
Some
really know
next
what you're
level
doing.
shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said, if Jake was really about it, like I said, Jake didn't even kill nobody out there.
He said, don't come in. I'm fucked up.
Yeah. You know how they do the Dark Knight when they was blind? He said, I see Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Bro, there's so many documentaries about this dude E and his soul not being upright. And they don't even have to deal with murder. Scams, laundering money. What's the Wall Street scandal?
Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
You know what I'm saying? They made a
Hey, look,
they made a movie off that.
They had to destroy the earth because my man, he had millions of dollars. He just had to keep getting more and more and more and more and more and more. Give me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Or what's the shit we talked about one time? That movie with Leonardo DiCaprio, nigga that kept
Wolf on
changing.
Wall Street?
No, nigga that kept changing his identity.
Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can. That's the only E can do shit like that.
Hey, look.
This nigga pilot
You know, he was mad.
in the airport.
Remember, he started the shit because he was mad his parents were splitting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake almost Jake every day.
But he wasn't satisfied because at the end he just in that pain, hella. He had that bugged out look, and even to the point they got him surrounded, but he in there like, yeah, I'm gonna get away. He ain't right, bro. He ain't fucking right.
He ain't right. Man.
This nigga had paper just flying. This nigga like,
Yo, he really walks around like he know how to fly a plane with a whole bunch of bitches.
oh, that's
behind him.
wild, bro.
A whole bunch of
With
bitches.
bitches behind him.
Word.
Think about some of this shit, and this is real life stories. Like, think about some of the shit this nigga actually did, bro. Meanwhile, Jake just trying to make it, trying to get $1, bro.
Yeah.
15 cents.
This nigga doing wild shit.
And then they gave this is how you know he's privileged. Fuck around guy, he got locked up this time, and the dude that locked him up gave him a job with the FBI.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't
I
that some
forget all
shit?
about that part.
Yeah,
Gave
so
him
he's
a
gonna
job.
live a decent life regardless.
And he actually left. He escaped.
Yeah, he's he's bugged out. I gotta go.
He escaped.
Gave him a job on how to scam you.
Yeah.
He escaped the job, man. Yo, this shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah, he ended up coming back.
Yeah, he ended up coming back. Cause he was in the airport. He called him. He like,
Yeah, he walked down. Yeah, he was walking down the catwalk.
Yeah, he's like, where you going, bro?
Trying to hang to like, hey, man, what's up, man?
I can't do this.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, but it says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Oh,
You know? You want to keep going?
oh, you want to say something about that?
No.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine.
Yeah, what's that wine spoken up in the book of Revelation? His sorcery, his witchcraft.
Yep.
Hey, one of the main ones is Christianity. People drunk off that shit. Hey, the prime example, the Jake last week. You know, tied down to that cross, you know. You show him that he's wrong, but he still can't let it go.
Yeah, that's sorcery. Christianity is sorcery. It's got a, what you say, a stronghold, man.
And it's like, it don't take much. I was telling Ash earlier, you know, I was at the plantation and, you know, I was driving with a Jake woman. You know, this Jake woman was like, yeah, you know, we got free will. And I said, yeah, I'm a free will. She's like, I don't want to talk to you no more. So the Jake woman comes back. I'm like, yo, you serious about that? She was like, yeah, I'm done. Fuck you, I don't know your name. I kept it moving. But it's just that simple. They're offended at the word.
Really, they hate the Lord. Christians actually hate the Lord. Because whenever you bring something out of the Bible, they hate it.
Because it goes against how they want to live their life and how the church tells them it's okay to live their life. You know?
They hate and we be bringing out the New Testament. We don't even get the Old Testament. They hate that. You know what I'm saying? They hate the Lord. That's really what it boils down to. They hate the Lord.
Matthew 5 and 17.
Because if we was bringing out, we could really get gruesome and bring out some shit in the Old Testament that still actually stands today. It's just say we're not under that. It's just not we're not sovereign right now, so all those laws can't be instituted. But it actually still is and play. We can actually bring out some shit that had you like, you know what? The Lord is with that. The Lord is with this. We don't even be bringing that up. We just go into the Gentile stuff. And they like, you fucking racist, fucking David. You know what I'm saying? And that's the light stuff of the scriptures. How can you handle the heavy stuff about putting people to death? So they just ain't gonna get it. It ain't meant for them to get it. Have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? The truth is the truth. You know, regardless if you disagree with it or not, the truth is still the truth. Your denial doesn't change the truth. It doesn't make it a lie because you deny it. But then how many crosses? You put 1,000,000 crosses on your neck. You get a big Jesus piece with the diamond eyes, rubies in his eyes. That don't make it right.
With the rubies in the
Yeah. That don't make it fucking right. You know? Still a lie. Still a deception. He transgresses with his wine. Who gave you Christianity? You know, who put you on them plantations and made you worship Christianity? So-called white man. You wasn't on them slave ships being no goddamn Christian, man. You didn't come on that slave ship with crosses on your neck, man. One of the slave ships was named Jesus.
Probably had a big ass cross on that.
You know what I'm saying? They show you that in the
front
Apocalypse.
mass.
Yeah.
The front mass, you know, the whole sail. Big ass fucking cross.
They show you that in the movie Apocalypto at the end, where they was fighting, and then they both
That's a
stop,
good movie.
and they look out.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
the
ocean.
shit. Yeah, they
And you got the Catholics, and he holding the cross on the top of the ship.
That's a great movie. Though. That's not one English word in that movie, but that movie is shit.
That shit is tough. It shows you how they was wilding over here, man. I mean, they ignored it because it was crazy.
It was wild.
Straight
Nigga
up.
to the top of the tower.
Who's record that? Mel Gibson?
Maybe.
Maybe. I'll look it up. You might be right, bro.
They was enslaving each other, murdering each other for sun
Roll
worship,
down the shit.
raping each other. And that was after they was already brought over here. No.
Next thing you know, they cross out.
But that was after they already had got brought over here from what they did in the land. So they deserved it. They deserved it. But that still doesn't make them Catholics. You know? They was forced to be Catholics, you know? A lot of Northern Kingdom is Catholics to this day. A lot of Jakes is Baptist because the owner of the plantation might have been Baptist. So the lineage your family worships today is Baptist. So that's what you've been taught throughout your generations. It all goes back to slavery, man. That stronghold. But what we teach don't go back to that. What we teach is actually our heritage. And it's actually the only thing that makes sense out here. It's the only thing that explains everything. It explains the UFO phenomenon. It explains why women are the way they are. It explains why we have murdered each other the way we do. It explains every goddamn thing. It explains why we went into slavery. It explains why our food is defiled. And even explains why women don't got no hair. And I always was curious about that. Man, that woman, okay, that's crazy. That's strange. It explains everything. And actually, that curse, it tells you it's specifically towards Judah. It says the daughters of Judah, I should smoke the crown of thy head.
And so if that ain't prophecy, how can you say this book is not living, you know?
How could you say that this book isn't for us?
The words, when we read it, the words literally jump up, well not literally, but it jumps off the page.
It's nigga in the New Testament. It's nigga in the book of Acts. They called him Nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your denial don't make the truth a lie. You just drunken with that wine. That's why the scriptures speak about the daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon, have committed many fornications. Because it ain't just over here in America that it's like this. You go to China, you got die-hard Christians in China. Chinese people that have become Christians. Because they're against the communist agenda of China, and they believe the Chinese, the Christian way is the way of salvation. And why do they believe that? Because I think a brother said the word ambassador earlier. He sent his ambassadors to China too. He sent his ambassadors through all these countries teaching them this bullshit.
You see what happened to Ghana, right? Purple dudes got attacked by some Christians. Like they physically got assaulted out in Ghana, maybe last week or something. Yeah, the Christians wasn't playing. They stronghold on them. come over here with that bullshit. You know what I mean? Nah, for real. Yeah. Continuing on. It says, yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as...
You got the Catholic churches. You sit in a pew. Where's that in the scriptures? You sit in a pew. You got some random nigga on the other end telling you to confess your sins. Who the hell is
I
this
can't
nigga?
even see
Call
what
me
he
father.
Yeah, who the hell is this nigga?
He thinks he is God.
You confess your sins to the Lord. You confess your sins to the Lord.
Father, I have sinned.
Yeah, God.
And if you sin against a brother, you confess your fault to that brother. You know what I'm saying? But you don't go to no random person, no pew, tell them, yeah, I did this, I did that, I did that. Will I get forgiven? And then this nigga could be a goddamn rapist or pedophile or some weirdo shit.
He could have did
9
the same
times out of
shit
10,
you
they
did.
were though.
He could have did the same shit you did.
You know
They
what I'm
touched
saying?
him when he was little. You still calling him father.
Right.
That's wild as hell, man. Where is that in the scriptures? Where is that even them clothes y'all wear? Where's that in the scriptures? Go ahead.
Right. It says
The Pope, the Pope. Where is that in the scriptures? The
Right.
Pope. Go ahead.
his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied. Right.
Actually, the Pope is in the script, but he's known as the false prophet.
Yes.
You know, he was one of those unclean spirits in the Book of Revelation, right?
It says and cannot be satisfied, and we just talked about that. He has that gimme, I want it all spirit. Man. They got it never satisfied. That's why he keeps trying weird shit, like the brother said in the porn. You know, there's so many categories they gonna keep coming out with new shit. You know what I mean? But gather.
Yeah, nigga, man, it's so much. Now they got anime porn and VR porn. You can see Goku fucking Bulma. Or they got the virtual shit, like the VR porn. You put the VR shit on and like virtual cat was fucking. I seen it, bro. The ads are popping on my shit. I had a virtual porn ad pop on my. It was like a bitch. It was like an anime bitch. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? This shit gotta be fucking destroyed, man.
Yeah. You got some wild ass, sick ass minds, man.
He has no limits to where he'll go. Just like you got the metaverse shit now, right? The bitch said she got raped in the metaverse.
Yeah.
She said I got led into a corner and people were just walking, drinking while it was happening. Like, what are you talking about, man? It was traumatizing. People were just drinking and watching as it happened. It's a fake fucking character. Take off your goddamn shit and go live.
She's traumatized by it.
She's immersed.
Fuck.
She has PTSD.
Nobody told. So you telling me if you was in court, I'm gonna tell you, ma'am. So you decided to keep the shit on and go through the whole shit. I'm being right. I'm being right. Nothing clicked in your brain to take the VR set off.
Or even disconnected or log off.
You sat through the whole shit.
She wanted that. She
The
wanted
fuck
that.
You know, that's goes up women. What the Apostle Paul always said. A lot of the women like that. They really want that.
It's crazy, man.
She sat through a virtual rape and then complained about it.
And this is where the world is going, man. And they show you that all them doomsday movies, you know, Total Recall and
Johnny Pneumatic.
the one with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone, Demolition Man. That one shows you everything. They had the Walkman there. They had the drones, smart cars, the virtual sex. They was in, remember they put the shit on.
He
the
tripped
shit
out.
got-
Freaked out.
Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? They had what you call it was I think it was Taco Bell,
Taco Bell.
or Pizza Hut.
Taco Bell.
It was Taco Bell. It was a prestige restaurant. Because what did they do? They got rid of all the mom and pop shops. What was left was the major brand. So only the people with money was able to afford.
Taco Bell.
And guess what? Everybody that was against the agenda was living underground,
That's right. Eating rats.
eating rats. So they had everything in that goddamn movie, man. And you're seeing it take place right now. Terminator, you know, all that doomsday scenario shit where the drones took
Yeah, that
control.
last Terminator.
You know what's so bad too? with these relationships, like I said, it got so bad that people actually started.
Oh.
Have you seen the movie Her? Her? Basically about an AI robot. You can actually talk to her, have a conversation with her. But I like her because she's nice and she just do what I say. She helped me out. So who needs a real female when I got the AI for her? You know? Oh, there's a movie Netflix. You remember about that robot when the woman she ordered that robot, the AI robot? You know?
It's a couple movies like that.
Yeah.
Where they get these AI robot relationships.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, I seen one. It was it's animated Korean. It wasn't an AI. What it is they created a virtual. He was virtual. He was hologram. But this nigga like, she puts on these glasses and he would pop up. But he could like control everything. Like he could shut down the street lights. She'll go to work and he can tap into the computer and complete her work for her. So he became like a virtual boyfriend. She couldn't do nothing without this nigga. And you can design him to look, dress how you want him to. You know what I'm saying? That shows you the creepy society he was in. Instead of real relationships. What's that?
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yep, that's a
That's
good one. Instead of real relationships, she wants you to have these don't touch. You know? And you see that happening to people. Like we speaking earlier with the TikTok generation, the anxiety, they don't have real relationships with each other. They deal with everything through the internet.
That's how you bag a woman now.
Yeah.
Through the internet, slide in the DM.
Yeah, so
you walk up to a woman now, they freak out.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can I know your name? For what?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So it's
So
gonna
I
be
can
nothing.
meet you. What the fuck?
It's gonna be nothing to hit up on a virtual call, you know, or have an actual AI boyfriend instead.
It's sad that nowadays that like you got to talk on the phone or text, you know, instead of actually keeping the conversation in person. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, matter of fact, they already got the sex machines. What's them fuck machines? It's a robot that fucks in real thing. No, all you gotta do is put that on the fucking robot, man. Now she gonna. She just been walking the crib, get on top of her. This place gotta be destroyed, man. Cause a woman will tell me, I don't need a man, I gotta go. They got all different type of dildos, you know. One with the curve, one with the big size, medium size.
They got the fake body.
Fake, they got the body joints. Even for men, I seen a clip. The boy, his mama caught him under the house with the butt.
I think about that. I think about that too. The fake butt.
Yeah, the shit got a butt. It got a butt in the vagina hole. But I looked into it. You lose the vagina hole, and they say, and it has like it's warm and it's like so that she caught him. He was like, oh shit, yeah, this nigga got the cheeks.
He got he made a Fifi.
Yo, he was going to
jail,
work.
that's what they do. They make a Fifi.
He was going to work. He got the little. This place gotta be destroyed, man.
That's what they had
You
into.
put it up.
Funny.
That's what they got out here, man. That's what they got out here. They make the texture so it's soft,
Yeah, so real.
so it's real, it's warm, it's give you that liquid sensation. Because all it is a flesh feeling. It's appeasing your senses, your 5 senses. Your touch.
He touched the legs
They
behind
even got the thing called the
Nigga, nigga spray some perfume in his room. And he go to work. He locked the door, put the
And he's
music
like,
on.
he went-
Nigga rush to take the backpack off. Shit, he finna fucking go down.
Is it like the whole back or is it just the butt?
It's just the butt, but
But
the shit is so enhanced. Like I looked into it, like I could see like that. But nigga couldn't get into that shit.
You know, because a lot of them girls is making holes in themselves.
Yep. Like it's another one called the fleshlight. It's a flashlight that makes it warm, and it literally has the clit, it has the lips,
I see
it has
that.
different kinds of the vagina.
and people tested it and they said
It's
that
wild, bro.
it's real.
No, yo, they got the shit that actually.
With the grip.
Yeah.
See?
Mhm.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That shit is out
I
there,
ain't see the
man.
ass thing.
That's
So
it,
that's
man.
taking you away from real relationships.
Real, yeah.
Because
You
when you deal with a
Same thing with a dildo. That too.
yeah, because when you deal with anybody that actually deals with
Yeah.
dealt with a real woman,
We got the shit that we got to see.
or if you watch porn, there's a total difference. Because if you get off the porn, right, all you're doing is triggering your mind to get off to something. It's either something you like about that female, it's either something you thinking about, but you're not getting off because you like her, you really into that woman. You're tricking your mind into getting off. Like that's why a lot of guys can't even get up when it's really time to get into some real, because their mind is trained to get off through some virtual bullshit of some hard drink, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? But when you're in a real intimate relationship, and you can feel, you can touch, you can smell. Yeah, baby, can I help you? You in the whole thing. It's a total different experience. And E is trained, got these kids fooled. You know? So now you get into a real relationship, you don't know what to do. Go ahead, bro. We about to wrap up.
Yeah. But gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
That's why it's called Babylon. He heapeth unto him all people. Ancient Babylon tried that shit. Let's all speak one language. Let's come together and be one. Go ahead.
Says, how long?
Black lives matter, gay lives matter, everybody lives matter. Go ahead.
How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Thick clay, that's that debt. Not just the money debt, but the debt he owes for what he did to the Israelites. Because everything he got is by theft, robbery, lies. You know? The scriptures say that the spirits of the saints cry unto the Lord. The blood, the innocent blood that was shed, cry unto the Lord. That's why this land is cursed. It was built upon lies, deceit, bloodshed, slavery. And now we're finally seeing through all the periods we had here, Jim Crow, the lynchings, plantation, Black Power movements. Now we finally got through all that shit. Now we're heading towards a period where the Lord is saying, okay, now it's enough. Bring it down. You know? Go ahead, bro.
Yep. Shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, Salah, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?
And you're seeing that even on the internet now. People are exposing that guy. You know, exposing his lies, exposing his corruption. That's why he's moving so fast now. And he's striking videos, taking down pages, channels. People got to put on their titles, watch before it's banned.
Yeah.
Watch before it gets taken down. Hurry up.
Well, because he's being accused. And he's guilty. Yeah, you got to talk in code. It wasn't like that before. But now so many, it ain't just us getting at him. It's his own people getting at him, exposing.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yep.
So he has to come down with great
Call
wrath.
for uprising.
Yep. A whole bunch of dudes.
Hurry, get this before they take it down. Shit, they took it down.
Share it with your friends.
Yeah.
Share it on Facebook.
What's my man that
quick
got
as
fired
possible.
from Fox or CNN? What was it?
Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck.
Glenn
You know
Beck.
what I'm saying? He was like, you know, when Esau get hyped, their voice go up. Have you guys seen this?
You got Alex
What the hell
Jones.
is going on?
Alex Jones said, nigga, I quit.
I think he's a plan, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, he could be. He could be. You know, but it's still shit coming out.
That's
you
true.
know? And even if he did it is a plant, that just shows you he is like, man, we gotta try to combat the truth. So it's all working against him.
Before the truth.
Yeah, it's all working against him. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, continuing on. It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein.
See, this land is cursed. You know? And you've been bullying everybody, man. We were just talking about Gaddafi earlier, Saddam. You've been fucking up everybody's lives, man. People over there in Syria, you know? You've been able to live haunted, you know? Nobody's been able to punish you for what you've been doing. Here it is, you set up this whole debt system that everybody had to live under, man. You know? And by the time you learn about it, you already in debt. By the time you learn it's a debt system, you're like, damn, I already got debt. I can't even get, now I gotta pay the shit off. Wish I would've knew about this before I got into it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, continuing on. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul.
That's that shame we was talking about. They look guilty when they see us. That's shame. They have sinned against their soul. They know they have done wrong. Even the ones that are crying against their elites, they know that's a stain on them as a nation. Because like, damn, this is our people doing this shit. We can't say that against them Israelites. because it's clearly our people do. And a lot of times where we've had conversations with guys that know what's going on, they can't disagree with it. They're like, damn, it is our nation doing this shit. You know, what nigga did you see at the World Economic Forum?
Not a
What
one.
Native American did you see at it? You know, what
Not a
Issachar
one.
White? No, one in none of them goddamn interviews, man. So that shows you who running the earth, the 2030 agenda. You know, climate change, carbon dating tracking, all this weird shit. We gotta track how much carbon y'all emit. But how much carbon did y'all emit to go to that goddamn meeting?
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Jets and all this bullshit. Did y'all track that? Go ahead, bro.
For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, establisheth a city with it by iniquity.
Christianity, you gotta explain that. God, you said God bless America. The Lord said, woe to the city that was established upon blood. There's no country that's been established by more blood than America.
Come back up with this real
Go
quick.
ahead,
This number is 35. Okay. That's numbers 35 and 33. So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood it polluteth the land. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. And that's, that goes back, it ties into the Michael, he broke the fields and took them by violence. When all the other, when every nation, so therefore, those lands can't be cleansed, to shed Esau's blood.
And that also was Psalms 49. What was Psalms 49? I believe they named lands that they take. You know what I'm saying? That goes with that as well.
So the Most High requires their lives.
Yeah, and also Habitat, it talks about how, like I said, you're not supposed to build, like I said, you're not supposed to build, set up buildings. Woe to them that set up buildings out there, like you said, that shed blood upon, like I said, our forefront,
So even though it's called Jacob's trouble, it's really a trouble for these Edomites, man.
Yep.
You know, Jacob gonna get purged, but you Edomites gonna feel it too.
That's right.
Because the Lord requires your life, your lives.
They gotta pay.
And it's ultimately gonna end with that second death, the nukes. That's gonna be the great death, the great punishment. And like we always say, man, that's a fire you don't want to be in. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, continue on. Behold, it is not of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, or Salaki, not of Yahweh of hosts, that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall worry themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall...
Is that not what you see? Everybody, whatever they're working towards is all vanity at this point. Because it's all about the crumbling crash. It was cute in the year 2000, 90s, 80s. I even give you the mid 2000s. It ain't cute no more. It's all vanity. None of it's about to last.
Yep. Prime example, like I said, the inflation, the shrinkflation, the housing, the stock market, the used vehicle, the inventory, the shortage. It's over. Right? This is it. Like I said, 2008. Like I said, going to what do they call it?
You gonna have to dig into your goddamn savings. You can't even have a savings no more. It's gonna get to a point niggas is gonna be digging into their savings just to get some bare necessities of food.
If you have a seat.
If you have a savings. Because the average American is living, that's a good point, the average American is living paycheck to paycheck. And that's a proven statistic. The middle class is living paycheck to paycheck now.
Unless you go without, unless you miss a paycheck.
Yep, you behind on
It's a
bills.
trickle system. Now you in debt. It's called, the whole saying is robbing Peter to pay Paul. Now it's a trickle down effect. You're constantly treading water, trying to keep your head above water.
You know what's gonna lead to? Homelessness.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Homelessness.
Oh, bro, that's another thing. A lot of people can't even pay their rent. A lot of people are still under this moratorium or whatever it's called. And when that expires, I guess this year, a lot of people are going to be
The
in trouble.
landlord's trying to
They're gonna go home.
get
Eviction.
their money, but they're going to court. Because you can't just kick your tenant out.
Right.
You got to go to court. It says
You had that one landlord that took the door off,
Yep.
So fuck this shit.
Word?
Took the door off.
Yes, I did.
I was reading an article. It's a lot of people camped out in front of Disney right now. A lot of homeless
Yeah.
people
Oh yeah, I was like,
just camped out in
dang.
front of Disney. Yeah.
It's
Disney
like
World?
that.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, and Disneyland too.
Disneyland, yeah.
In Cali.
Cali,
Yeah,
yeah.
in
Oh,
Cali.
That's Disneyland.
Yeah, it's like that. Because I've been there. And when you go down the street, you drive, you see homeless people. Now they saying that stuff is
Yeah.
right there, man.
right there at the gate.
Yeah. Because, you know, that's Anaheim.
Yeah.
That's Anaheim. That's not LA.
Reality that hit you in the face. You
Yeah.
take a little Susie to see Mickey Mouse. She got to look at all that goddamn.
Yeah.
So imagine you see that, because, you know, in LA, you got Skid Row. All the, you know, Skid Row's a long street of straight homeless people.
Drugs.
Now, Anaheim is the suburbs. That's where the money is. You know, everything is heightened to Disneyland. That's a tourist section. Imagine that.
Which makes sense because the cost of living there is fucking ridiculous. And with the times how it is now, people homeless, man. It was already expensive to live there. You can imagine now.
California is
Yeah, especially with that governor. That governor is the devil, man. That governor is a straight devil, man. He, like, I mean, he really destroyed California.
he's
destroyed that shit.
Yeah,
It's like-
what's that nigga name? Is he I think he's retired. I think he's part of. I think he might be a Rockefeller Rothschild too. But that nigga,
He destroyed
he
California.
don't give a fuck.
He gonna keep robbing, keep robbing. Keep robbing all that shit.
When the pandemic first happened, they said,
Close the gyms, close the bars. Fuck all of them.
you know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Let's finish that off.
Yeah, continuing on. For the earth shall be filled with knowledge. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, as the waters cover the sea. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also.
That's E.
You know?
Your CIA,
Yeah.
your infiltrations, your hip hop,
Yeah.
black culture. You made us, nigga. You
Yeah.
put the ball to us, bitch.
Gang banging.
We went off, but you put the ball to us. Cause like we were saying before the gang banging and all that shit, we looked different, we acted different. So there were stages that got us to this point.
Yeah.
You helped further our affliction.
And with the gangster rap, you know, you have people like Chuck D. You have people speaking positive into the so-called black man. And then, you know, the top music groups, the rats, came in and got NWA about it. So we know y'all not gangsters. We talk about this.
Yeah, right.
And then you forgot about Chuck D. And
They took KRS-One. You must learn. No, you must not.
right.
And you look at Def Jam, the guy that started Def Jam, the big white dude,
Russell Simmons and
the guy that got Russell. He's an Amalekite.
Yeah. They all.
yeah.
He wear glasses.
I know you're talking about. I get it.
And then they got Run DMC started. But that nigga manipulated the whole shit. Only reason he had got Russell was because Russell had the ties with the community.
Yeah, he had the streets.
Yeah, so he needed Russell to bring them dudes in.
Same thing with on the West Coast with Death Row. You know, a lot of people think Chuck had all this money and bailed Tupac out. Nah, the people that really own Death Row.
That's an extension label. People
Yeah.
don't even know about extension labels.
Right.
They be branches of the actual
Yeah.
corporations,
Yeah.
Interscope and fucking.
But then and them rats got to get a face. Somebody that has a face that looks the part or has connections to the streets.
Yeah. Like Aftermath with Dr. Dre. That's a label, but it's an extension of
Yeah.
Interscope.
Like
Jimmy Iovine, which is an Amalekite, owns them niggas.
Jimmy Iovine and all that stuff.
That's why you see Dr. Dre.
And you know, people used to think Suge Knight was this big tough guy, this big scary.
Rick Rubin.
Yeah, big scary blood member that everybody feared, but in truth.
Cherry.
I see it.
I see it.
Right there.
Oh, Lord, how about Shimmy Al Shah? Shalom.
Another one, two weeks in a row.
But the truth about Suge Knight, he wasn't no tough guy. He was a college boy. He went to the NFL for a hot second. But he's from the area where all the gangsters was at, and they knew him. So that was a perfect alley-oop, so to speak. You know, them rats gotta have a face card, to make the rest of Jake follow behind. You know, to magnify it. You know? Continuing on. It says, thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness.
Yeah, look at these niggas. You created them, motherfucker. Like we said, these are Esau's created plans. Attributes of nigglerism all the way up. 99 nigglerism.
There's two.
Oh, there is two.
Right there, you see?
One coming this way
Yeah,
towards
yeah.
us, and the other one calls it back.
Oh, yeah, I see that
Yeah,
one.
cross
this
each
one
other, they
coming.
cross each
Call on
other.
y'all, bust your
Yeah, I see
shot.
this too.
Call on y'all, bust your shot.
Cross each other.
Call on y'all, bust your shot. Call on y'all,
That
bust
one
your
moving
shot.
down.
I'll tell you, hold, I'll tell you, what's up.
Yeah, they'll cross each other. That's
I'll tell
funny.
you, what's up.
They probably chuck the deuce to each other. You know what I mean? Shalom. You know what I mean?
I still see it. It's so narrow, so narrow.
Continuing on. Thou art filled with shame for glory.
They say.
Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered.
God is filled with shame for glory. They guilty. You glorifying yourself in your shame. You trying to hide your shame with your glory because you in power, but you know you gotta pay. You know, let thy foreskin be uncovered. You know, you're gonna be exposed, man. Hey, you see the chairs, man. The chairs in the city.
Another Facebook.
You gotta think. The chairs been watching our whole journey here. From the moment we got on the ships, all that. They gathered us over here. They led Gad over here. You know. And this is a short time with them. They're not bound by our dimension. You know. So nigga, you in trouble, man. Because all of that still happened. All of that is like just happened.
Yeah.
If one day is to the Lord to the as a 1,000 years, then we haven't even been here a whole day in America to the Lord.
That's
We haven't even been here 24 hours to the Lord's time. A whole journey in America.
Right.
So this nigga Esau in trouble, man.
Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory.
Cup, we know what that cup entails, nigga. Yeah, I think it's the scripture said, the Lord said you gotta drink 2 cups.
yeah, double. Revelation.
We drunk 1 and we got them 3.
For thy violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoils of beasts which made them afraid because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof have graven it? The molten image and the teacher of lies, that the marker
Let
of
us know what scripture that goes into. He calls them to worship the image, the image of the beast, false image, a worker of lies, which involves his Christianity, which involves his financial system, right? This fake ass military system, and now you got, even with this military, you got a lot of chicks coming out now complaining about Israelite chicks complaining about how they fear for their lives. You got this one Judite chick, she at Fort Hood, saying how she feared for her life.
they met her at the gate.
Yeah. She
walked her in.
yeah. It's a Hispanic chick. I seen a TikTok video she did. She said people wonder why I'm not patriotic and I serve the military. She said because they never warned me that I would have to fear my own comrades more than the enemy. She's like, what we have to go through, and she didn't want to go into it, but you know, she probably got raped, some more shit. You know?
But again, this is that choice. Because what? They wanted to join the military. That's what you get. You know what you signed up
Find
for.
out the whole way.
Yeah.
One of the man's job.
Yeah.
Like that one Israelite chick they found at Fort Hood. Brain, gloves all over the goddamn
Yeah.
room.
What about that one Judite chick they burnt up?
Oh yeah, your vagina.
They killed her. They killed her. Yeah, and they burnt. Yeah.
That one, right? That's one.
You're right.
And this is just the ones we heard about.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what these women are enduring if they stay in that military.
Yeah.
Because they don't have no notes.
Most of them that go down to Egypt for help, man.
Yep.
You know, because a lot of people just do it for a check.
Yep.
And a lot of military people want to get their Camaro or Dodge Charger or Mustang. You know, they want to look apart. You
And a
know,
lot of them,
free housing.
yep. And a lot of them, to prevent from going through that, they'll just deal with the one dude that's stalking them. I just fucking, instead of getting tossed around and treated horribly during trainings and work, I just fucking let it be a higher up, like a chief.
Oh yeah, yeah. They don't want
They're wants her, and she don't do what he said. What you think he's gonna make her whole life a living hell?
Yeah.
So they'll just fuck her on the side.
You see that movie G.I. Jane, remember? You know what I mean? They whooped her ass. You know. And the real one, they probably took their ass. That sergeant probably did take it. You know? And the teacher of
I
lies.
used to work in the military base.
Oh yeah, you remember
It's
when
a
the girl?
beautiful. It's a lot of our women.
Yeah,
They
they
beautiful.
yeah.
I'd be like, yeah,
And they fit and shape, so you know.
bro, I'm like, yo, yeah, they fucking y'all ass.
Yeah, they in shape. No military women is bad. Like you know how our women we see with the booty do, and the fupa and all that. Those women they got
the
it.
booty do.
Yeah, they got more stomach rather than the booty do.
Right.
You know what I mean? But them women they gotta be somewhat in shape because in the morning they gotta do their jumper jacks, their PT. You know what I'm saying?
I did two of them for that shit. I used to scoop their ass up, man.
But you know they let somebody else drill that shit.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah,
get
yeah,
back, you know.
yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
The marker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. Woe unto him that saith the wood, awake to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach.
And that's gonna be these nigga Christians. Jesus, help us. Damn, Lord Jesus. And they ain't gonna answer. Cause the nigga ain't real, man. Jesus ain't never helped no goddamn man.
Now he helped Esau.
Like we always say, like we always say, God is good, God is great, everything for this plate. And look at that, that's bullshit. Man. Say your grace. They ain't
It was
answer that
just
shit.
repetition.
Yeah.
Repetition.
There ain't no real prayer.
Not at all.
For one, the Lord said you're supposed to teach us the Father's prayer. You know, Shema Yahshua, Yahweh, Allah Hayyanah, Yahweh, Echad. Lord our Father is one. You know what I'm saying? Hear, O Israel.
Lord's Prayer.
It's the Father's prayer, man. Or let that Father will be done as it is on earth as it is in heaven. Abanawa, Shema, Shemaya, Fatah, Shaya, you know what I'm saying? They teach us when I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep me.
You ain't gotta go home, right?
That's nigga shit, man.
Should I line the camera?
Meaningless words.
And you got your hands like this.
Yeah.
Head. You're supposed to be like this to the Lord. The Lord said,
Right.
so in supplication.
Right. Everything's backwards what this damn devil teaches, man. Everything's backwards. Yeah. Woe unto him that said to the wood, awake, to the dumb stone, arise, and shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, that there is no breath at all in the midst of it. But the Lord Yahweh is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before her.
Yeah, so hey, that's what's happening and that's what's going to happen. We're in a time of everybody's faith getting tried and tested. You're going to see what you believe is right. You're going to see what we believe is right. Because the truth is going to stand, man. So, we hope this camp was edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Ba'akadosh. The bonus to our teachers, the elder post of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Hopeful Elect. Wolf Level Ball.
Wolf Level Ball.
Kwame El Shalom.
Kwame El Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.